ladies and gentlemen out there, this is Artie Lang. This is disgusting. Everybody's too nice now. We're all so nice, aren't we? But the thing is, we're not nice. Secretly, we're mean. That's essentially the show. It is funny. I cannot be a bigger just blob of nothingness and negativity. Party time. You want to get a little limbo dance going? Come on, I'll do it. The third person at the table was the bottom of my stomach. With hair and paleness and stretch marks. American nightmare. Weight like a spider. And this talks about every controversial subject you can imagine.
Shock jock Artie Lang on Media Day. Can't be with that sweet stuff, nah.
Smack the sugar right out of you. Welcome to The Breakfast Show. Artie Lang, Artie Quitter Podcast, whatever the fuck the name of the show is. People on their credit cards, it says Artie Lang Uncensored. Dan, why is that? Why doesn't it say Artie Quitter? On the credit card, it shows up on their bill, Artie Lang Uncensored. Shouldn't it say Artie Quitter?
Sounds like a shitty porn.
That's what someone said. That's what this chick called up and said it looks like a porno on my thing. Why is that, Dan?
I don't know. I'll find out.
No, I don't care. I'm just saying, I just want to know what the name of the podcast is. It's the third week. I'm not sure of the name of the podcast.
We might need a couple of facts going into this.
We are having a party in here today. I did Marina Franklin's a very funny comic. I did her podcast last week, and it's her and three other beautiful black women who are on the podcast.
They're black?
And yeah, well, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm
like
not just
the Black
saying.
View.
Well, I have a West African doorman. He must think I'm having a Martin Luther King Day orgy up here.
Artie's trying to prove his non-racism immediately.
Well, no, I said, listen, the guy is kind of nosy downstairs, too. Like one time, me and my girlfriend kept arguing, and it was kind of visible, I guess, in the lobby.
The fact that you were choking her, maybe that might have been a problem.
No. I stopped hitting women in front of people. No, he said to my girlfriend when I wasn't around, he said, Adrian, you have to work on your relationship. So he gets kind of nosy. He must have been so happy to see you guys. He wants. I guarantee he wants a little piece of this. He must think I'm having a Martin Luther King Day orgy or something. But I'm happy to have you guys here. I had a fun time on Marina's podcast. Marina might have gotten a little trouble for having me on. I love that. I have that.
I like that.
That's my fucking stereotype now.
She got in trouble?
I don't know. She got a couple of angry emails. We'll get
That's
into
good.
it. But
God, I gotta hear that.
It was fun, and these guys are funny, and I'm happy to have them here. All you're all comedians, stand-up comedians, right? Yeah. And yeah, asshole. And we'll get to them. We'll get to them later. I appreciate them coming by. We have to talk. First of all, I'll just say that I won $10,000 yesterday.
Jesus
and
Christ.
it just I'm telling you, man. And listen, I'm a degenerate gambler. I always have been. Yeah. I stopped gambling. Yeah, Joe Namath. I called up Joe Namath and said, Joe, I won 10 grand yesterday. Yeah.
The best is, Artie, I tried to send you like a positive, constructive text saying, "Hey, man, yeah."
Send them back some egg.
I said, great podcast on Friday. I listened to it. It was so great to hear you being so honest. The fans loved it. And I said, and do me a favor, don't gamble this weekend. I thought I was being like a good friend. And you go, that's just for the fan. I'm not really gambling. And I'm like, why does he lie to me?
Because you're very preachy. You're very like you get.
So just say, dude, shut up. You're being preachy.
No, because I'd rather say it on the air. This is the Howard Stern way of giving you notes.
I'm learning.
No, yeah, honestly, you get when the life advice Joe Matarese is. I get it all the time.
But it wasn't life advice. It was an actual fan who emailed me saying, "Tell Artie I'm concerned."
For 3 months, you're
That's what he
fucking
said.
concerned. For 3 months, I try to get Joe on the Stern show. I get him on the show, and he just comes on and just bashes me on the air. He's like, Artie, he's calling me an asshole when I leave him. What was the whole premise of your on Stern?
It was, that was back in, reckless Artie days. So I noticed on the
These are stable Artie days?
Well, you're a lot more stable now.
I definitely am compared to back then. Yeah.
But that was back in the days where we would hear from you. I would hear from you for a few days, and then you would just fade to like zero. It wasn't like you'd hear from you once in a while. Like you would disappear for like 5 months.
Right.
And then I would hear from you again. And then I mentioned that in the pre-interview with Will. It was Will who did the pre pre-interviews, right?
Yeah.
And I could tell instantly in the pre-interview, they were like, well, tell me more about that. I'm like, well, what do you want to know?
That's all they care.
They're like, well, we all think that about Artie. Tell us more about that. I'm like, well, you know.
Yeah, I've gotten better. I don't know what that's really saying, but I've gotten better. But I recently stopped, heroin and drinking and pills and whores and all this shit. And but it's hard to cut out everything.
Well, I'm for the gambling. I told you, I think on the podcast, my wife said I think he should. That's fine that he's gambling. My wife's a psychologist.
You need one
Fans
thing. You
should know
need
that.
something.
No, but gambling is a bad vice. Gambling for a while might have been my worst vice,
right?
Because it leads to, it gets you going. That action comes, and you want to keep that high going. It's like performing. And so recently, I started gambling again, and. But not with a bookie, with a guy I know in Vegas. I call him and he goes to the book in Mandalay Bay or Mirage and he puts in bets legally. But so last week I thought I was going to win $24,000 and I had a swing that put me down $4,100. Yesterday I had 5 dimes on the over in Seattle Packers. And listen, man, we have to talk about that game. I've never. For the Packers to lose a game like that, that's an emotional thing. Like that's going to affect, if you're a pro athlete and you really are into what you do for a living, losing a game like that will affect you for the rest of your life.
Oh, forever.
Forever. The coaching staff, the fans, and it's funny, Dan is such a Chicago Bear anti-Packer guy. He gets Dan after the game, he went on the internet to listen to Packer radio to hear all them depressed. He wanted to hear them depressed.
Oh, I'm like that too.
Oh my God,
that's a good idea.
He's in there going, "Fuck you, asshole!" Yeah, fuck you, Julius Peppers. Julius Peppers, you're a fat pig when you were on the Bears. You did nothing. And now you're in the fucking Packers. Fuck you. This is what I hear. I'm out here trying to watch Sports Center.
You know what's fun about you gambling again? For me, like I used to have trouble being like a football fan once my team was out of it. If the Eagles were out of it, I would just be like, whatever. But I'm downstairs watching. It's like 48-7. I'm watching the game, and my wife's like, Jesus. She looks at the score and gives me a look like, why the fuck are you even watching this? And I'm like, because Artie has to get the over here. Like, I know the over. I know he must have bet the over.
It was 16. The over was 46.5. It was 19-7 going into 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I mean, what happened at the end of that game is really, it's proof there's some sort of higher power. There's some sort of being out there that doesn't like the fucking Packers. but so, I mean, the onside kick.
No, I'm talking the other game.
First of all, can we not give this guy Bostic so much shit? They're focusing on him like he's the Bill Buckner of the game. No, he's not. The defense broke down. They couldn't stop anything. This kid made a mistake on that onside kick, but it's not his fault. McCarthy's yelling at him. McCarthy was the worst coach game I ever saw in my life. He gets so conservative. They were on the 1-inch line in the first quarter, and he doesn't choose to go for it. I mean, his MO is going for it that whole year.
That messes up your team's confidence. You got to go for it. You go for it first quarter. You go for it.
Yeah.
It's for confidence purposes.
They would have won the game. They would have won the game if he had scored 2 touchdowns when he was supposed to score touchdowns in the beginning.
That's what Aaron Rodgers said after the game. That was his number one thing. We weren't aggressive.
I mean, it was 5 turnovers. You had 5 turnovers to work off of. 5.
And then at the end of the game, that guy fucking intercepts the ball and slides. What the fuck is he doing? There was 5 minutes left. He slides.
That's how you know you got a coach just over-coaching you about discipline.
No, you know what happened?
You know?
Julius Peppers told him to slide. Isn't that right, Dan?
That's what happened. He said, I didn't know what I was doing, and Julius Peppers told me to slide. He screamed at me, slide, slide, slide. So he was the veteran. I listened to him.
This is what I hear. Slide, yeah, Peppers, fuck
Say
off.
Slide one more time. Slide.
No, he really, it was a badly coached game. They got conservative when they shouldn't have got conservative. But, so, they tie up the game. It's 22-22. They tie up the game. Danny, you done with your character? They tie up the game. It's 22 up. Now, remember, I have 46.5. So it's 44. And everybody on Twitter is going, dude, you won. There's no way you could lose now. What they forgot was, if a safety happened,
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, if a safety happened, I would have lost the over by a hook. By
a half. That's called a hook?
A point.
A hook.
If that happened, I swear to you, I wouldn't be here right now. I would have driven somewhere and like just cried on a beach. I would have. If that had happened, that would have been a sign where I just can't ever gamble.
But
again.
I don't understand. The overtime rules have changed in the NFL. Now, if safety ends it,
well, no, it used to
still
be
get the
sudden.
ball. Such an idiot.
What happened was
what was that from?
That's a drop.
I'm such an idiot.
It used to be sudden death,
right?
Which was unfair. Whoever won the coin toss had a really good shot at winning the game because you just had to win a field goal. But now you have to either score a touchdown or if you get a field goal, the other team has a chance.
That's what I'm saying. So how can you lose by a hook if you get a safety? The game's over.
No. Once both teams have a possession, then it's first score.
Right.
Yeah.
Right there. After both,
I didn't know that.
After both teams have a possession, then it's sudden death.
Okay.
So I could have got fucked by both teams having the ball at least once, and then a safety. That would have been.
Has there been a safety end in a?
Never.
In an overtime game?
I never remember.
You could have had it happen.
I think that's worth.
So if it ended like that, forget it. I would have been really in bad shape emotionally. Like I would have been. I would have said that a higher power that doesn't specifically like me.
And you had $5,000 on that game?
I had 5 dimes on the over. So now I have a $5,000 cushion going into the Pats.
Right.
And I love the Pats. I love the -7. Everybody's talking about Andrew Luck as the next John Elway, and he's getting points, and blah blah blah. But I think Brady has another one in him. I think the Patriots are going to win in a couple of weeks.
Do you really?
I think they're going to. They would have hung 70 points on the Seahawks the way they played. If the Patriots played the way they played and the Seahawks played the way they played this week, the Pats would have scored 70 points.
Oh, yeah.
But that was the onside kick, the 2-point conversion that Wilson just
that
threw
was great.
up.
That's great.
I mean, when 14 of those plays happened in a row. If that happens one time, you go, this is nuts. That happened for, 10 straight minutes.
That's good football.
That's what I was going to say. It's a lot of mistakes by the by Green Bay in that game, but man, as a fan watching it, I don't think I've seen more exciting of a game.
4
This is incredible.
That's ridiculous.
Okay,
to win with 4 interceptions on your back.
That's what I'm saying. When's the last time, if ever, a quarterback in a championship or a playoff game had 4 interceptions and won the game? Wilson threw
happens.
4 picks. And listen, I don't mind this. I actually like Russell Wilson. I think with RG3 and Luck, he got lost in the shuffle, and he's become the elite of those guys. He did not have a great game.
Yeah.
He did not have a great game, and Seahawks fans left the game.
Oh,
they left the fucking
You can't
game.
ever do
Seattle, that's just a city that doesn't really have the fucking.
What are they going to get, a chai latte?
Dude, come on, man.
How bad can the traffic be in Seattle?
Like the Eagles could be getting beat to shit, and I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm a Niners fan, but the Eagles could be getting beat to shit, and more people would still be trying to get in. They don't care because it's like fuck it, they're our Eagles.
Also
in a playoff game,
they die with them. You got
But
to die
also
with
because
them.
the Eagles, after every game, have a clan meeting in the upper deck.
I mean, only some of them, not all of them. That's like 5 or 7, 100 people, and that's it.
They're the worst people on earth.
Now, I thought all I was thinking of you, Artie, is when they're interviewing Wilson after the game and he's crying. I'm like, what does Artie think of this?
Hey, shut up! I'm crying.
He was
what are you
tearing.
crying for? I should be crying.
He was so emotional.
So now I have $5,000. I called a guy up in Vegas. I said, "Where are you?" He was at the Mandalay Bay, and I said, "Listen, go up to the window and get the ticket. Get me the Pats -7, another $5,000. The most I could lose is."
You just took the game. You didn't take the over?
Well, are you fucking listening to me?
No, I'm not. I have ADD.
I like an honest man.
Well, what are you doing here?
Sorry.
He's got ADD.
At one point, he's playing Pac-Man. I'm like, how the fuck did he get Pac-Man?
Falado, what?
This is my problem with him. I'll say to you, hey, we're just getting so-and-so on the website. And then like 2 minutes later, he'll come to me and goes, hey, you know what? My listeners have told me you should get so-and-so on the website. Exactly what I just said 2 minutes earlier.
This is veering off Matarese exit here.
No, come on.
No, I'm sorry. What were we talking about? Russell Wilson crying. I'm trying to answer your fucking question.
But I'm only going by the podcast. Last week you said you were definitely going to bet the over in that game.
No. I said I like the Pats. I like the Pats -7.
Okay.
And I liked the under in that game, which would have come the fuck in. It was 45-7. The under was 54. 52 was what was the total.
Okay.
I didn't bet that though. I wish I did. So if I lost on the patch, the most I would have lost was the vig, which is $500.
Right.
So, but I let it slide, and I'm up 10,000. So I'm up $5,900 going into the Super Bowl. So I am fucking. I may stop gambling, but not before.
No, you gotta go.
Do you do basketball?
I'm gonna put $2,000 on a coin toss. I'm telling you right now. I'm putting $2,000 on the coin toss. I'm just gonna.
Who
get
you
that
going? Heads or
juice.
tails?
Well, you don't bet heads or tails. You bet the team.
Oh, you bet the team.
What team wins? Yeah. Joe, do you want to talk about the show Scandal or something?
Oh, we'll get to
Broadway plays?
We found out that I think Dan might be bisexual.
Get out of here.
All right. I mean, you're one of those guys that protests too much.
He's getting pissed. What did he do? Artie, fuck you.
They had those homosexual tests. Kevin Brennan was so funny. His comic, Kevin Brennan. This guy, Dave Juskow, another comic, made him so mad last night. He kept telling me, he goes, he took a homosexual test and he got a 98%. Like, they ask you all these questions. Dave Juskow takes bubble baths.
What? Like,
it's just in your face. You was like, who
there's
the
a
fuck's
difference
taking
between
bubble
taking
baths?
a bubble bath and takes bubble baths. Is that like a daily thing?
He takes bubble baths. I couldn't go to sleep last night thinking of Juskow in a bubble bath. But Dan, I want you. Will you take that test and answer the questions honestly?
I take bubble baths.
Do you really?
Not here, but
How frequently?
at my home where I have a large
you
tub.
really? You
Yeah,
take
how
bubble
frequently?
baths.
Wait a minute. You're trying to be funny.
No, I'm serious.
I didn't know the frequency. The frequency is
I would say about once every 2 weeks.
You take.
Oh, that's a lot of man
Well,
baths.
there's this place called.
You don't take bubble.
I
baths.
bet
I'm
none of
serious.
the I
It's
bet
not a
none of the
man bath.
4 women that you have coming on as guests take bubble baths.
That's often. I don't know about that
Guys,
frequently. That's very frequent, dude. Once
there's
every
a-
2 weeks.
But there's a difference between taking a bubble bath and taking bubble baths. Like
He
how
just
often
said
is that?
plural. He
How
said
often?
plural.
Oh, he's a
I
man.
know.
once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks. I've never
Dan,
bought
Dan,
bubble
don't,
bath in
don't
my
have,
life.
dude. There's one tub in here. It's in my bathroom.
I won't.
He's gonna walk in. He's
If
gonna
I
have
catch you
strawberries
in
on his knee.
if I walk in from a gig that I come home early from, and you're in a fucking bubble bath, there better be a broad in there with you.
That was hilarious.
I could see him with just enough bubbles to cover his body, but his fucking dick sticking out through the water. And he's like, "Hi, Artie."
When I lived in England,
Oh my God!
It's
There
getting
was
worse.
First of all, living in England,
That's
gay.
pretty gay.
that's
pretty
I
gay.
worked for the NFL.
If you live in England, you're not English, you're gay.
What did you do for the NFL?
I wrote jokes for they brought over one game
No,
a week,
he
and I had
didn't.
to write jokes.
The comedy writer. We never knew this about that.
You never wrote a joke.
The more you know.
Dan, you
So
wrote
there was this place called Lush that's now expanded. They have it in New York City, and they would have these bath bombs that you would drop in the tub and they would explode.
That are balls?
Yeah,
They're so good.
Of course, because you're a woman.
He likes to sit right underneath the crack of his
But-
ass and let it just bubble up right in his ass crack.
God.
Dan watches like chick shows. I used to live with a girl. By the way, I was living with a 9.5 for 3 years, and Dan's now my roommate. Talk about my God. But she had more masculine shows on than every once in a while. She'd put the Philly game on. She's from Cherry Hill. Dan's got Vanderpump Rules on there. You really
I
think
like to keep up on pop culture.
Do you buy the bubble bath in like the pharmacy by yourself? Like you go and you buy bubble bath?
No, it's a store, Lush.
There's a store called Lush.
Yeah, they're all
Just
over New York
knowing
City.
Just knowing that.
I've never been inside a Lush.
I'm amazed by this. This is catching me off guard that I don't understand.
There's a store in England called Lush.
For
Right,
what
and now they've
reason?
expanded to the United States.
What reason do
There's
you
one
like
in-
bubble
there's about
baths
10
this
of them in
much?
Chicago, and there's about 10 of them in because I grew up in
What a
Europe.
fucking fruit!
What the
What do you do while you
First
bang?
5 years of my life, we were in Europe. My was in the service.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a shower. We only had baths.
Okay, so take a bath. Why is there got to be a full froth of bubble?
I just like it that way.
You like it that like a good scent?
He likes it that way.
What scent? What's your favorite scent?
Dan,
He has a favorite scent. He's thinking.
He's thinking.
He is thinking.
He
right
knows
now.
one.
what kind of shampoo do you use on your back, by the way?
What's your favorite scent?
Probably, I would say spearmint or something like that.
Spearmint?
That's a gum flavor.
Yeah, but they have
Spearmint? I didn't even know that came in spearmint.
I apologize. Joe brought his kid here. Is it all right with your kid being around a gay guy so young?
Yeah, I know. My kids have yet to ski. What? Where he has dumps of me all over the place.
Well, yeah, he's a sniper. Flippin'. Flippin's a sniper.
I didn't even know I said some of these things. I'm waiting for I have ADD. That's going to be all over it.
The bubble bath thing is extraordinary. That's extraordinary. But Dan was talking with the girls about the show Scandal before the show.
I guarantee if you you need to get a...
There was a kidnapping at the end of the show.
There was a kidnapping. There was a kidnapping at the end of Scandal.
Spoiler alert. Jesus Christ. Spoiler alert, right? I don't know.
Yeah, don't tell me the end of Scandal.
Tan Filato, if you're listening, he's got to get a PO
By the
box.
way,
People will send him bubble bath.
Let's go into the Tan Filato call. It's a perfect segue. Tan Filato. So anyway, I'm up 10 grand going into the Super Bowl. All right, and that's and that game was one of the most extraordinary football games I've ever seen in my life. It really was. But so I'll accept advice from the fans because a lot of them are just pompous asses. Like I love that over came in on Twitter. They were like, "Oh, good one, you fat fuck. You suck. Worst picks ever. Blah blah blah."
Oh, Stone Cold Lock.
Yeah, 10 grand. Suck it. Motherfuckers. So Tan Filato called an anti-gay internet show, and the guys got mad.
He's making crank calls now.
Yeah, he's doing that.
I love Tan.
Crank calls is Tan Filato. Do we have that? Let's hear that.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey there, this is my name's Tan Filato. I just wanted to ask you how you felt about what your stance was with the fags, because I was dating this guy named Dan for a while, and I just wanted to know how you felt about fag relationships, because he was pretty abusive. And
what now? So you're saying you have a relationship with a guy, and are you a guy?
Yeah,
you're a guy.
Yeah, we were in a fag relationship, and I was tanning a lot over there in Miami, and Dan's from Chicago, and we were just he went over to New York to be a superstar with a comedian on a podcast. I won't mention his name, but he's pretty popular because it's not very popular out here in Chicago to be a fag. So I just want to know what you think of it.
People are free to do what they want to do, but as far as that goes, it's America. There's going to be some things you don't like out there.
What are your thoughts on tanning? Do you think it's kind of gay to tan? Yeah, my name's Tan Filato.
Yeah, if that's your real name, Tan Filato.
That's my real name. Do you know Artie Lang, Artie Quitter podcast? He's a big, heavy Italian guy, very handsome. He's a good man.
No, I never heard of that, but I don't have any issue with it because I'm in America. I have no idea. Maybe they'd kill you. If you were like in Iran.
Jesus Christ!
One of my big things is butt fucking. So I just really like the freedom in America and the States to go ahead and butt fuck and do things like that.
Yeah, they're trying to teach that at school.
There's a big black guy named Chris Patton. I want to butt fuck real bad, but I don't think he's one of them kids. So.
All right.
No, he's not.
I gotta let you go there.
Are you a racist or something?
No. Yeah, that's gonna be the breaks about taking callers. There's a group of people on who do shows, so while I'm not upset with this individual, that's reality right there. People like that. It seemed to be appropriate that we left them in the closet, and now they're out. You're gonna still teach them about the bird and the bees? It's really up to the parents. I think if you can't have a child, like if you can't have it the regular way, you shouldn't be able to have one.
Oh, Jesus! God.
How's this guy have a podcast?
That guy's way more offensive. Well, anybody can. Yeah. I mean, that guy's way more offensive than Tan Filato.
Yeah.
By the way, it has nothing to do with the fact that he might be gay, but we should kill Tan Filato.
No, he likes me. So, I mean, if he wants to... I appreciate the fact that he thinks I'm a handsome guy.
He said,
I can live with
there's
it.
another guy I like to butt fuck. It's Chris Catton.
I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like Joe's a little jealous because he's not trying to butt fuck Joe a little bit.
Joe, I don't
you
like...
think this guy's like a real gay guy? You think it's a character?
I can only hope. I can only hope. No. Don't you put words in my mouth. I can only hope he's real gay.
Well, he's trying to be funny, but
I think it's hilarious.
It is a good... I don't know.
Is that a compliment?
As a guy, when a gay guy likes you, kind of.
That's never happened.
You've never had that?
I was in LA County jail for a couple of months, and I was never more happy to be a fat, ugly guy.
You've never been hit on by a guy before?
Not that I know of.
I've been hit on by a guy once. It's very uncomfortable, but you go home with some confidence. I'll be honest with you. You're like, yeah,
that's the guy.
Wants to fuck me.
I told you the Mexican guy that was in the cell next to me in LA County taught me how to fuck a piece of toilet paper. And the issue of us fucking never came up.
Jesus Christ, Artie, come on, man. That would have made me hit the gym. I'm like, no one here wants to fuck me at all.
I showered with a couple of guys.
And they was like, I'm good.
I tell you, I'd love to see the expression on my face. If your life is videotaped, like when you get up to St. Peter's, you know, and they have the whole thing on video. I said, could you rewind back to me showering at LA County Jail? Like the depression. This little soap, like you hit the water, it only comes on for 20 seconds, so you can't like run the water too long, so you hit it, the soap's in your eye, and you're trying to get the fucking thing out.
I'm still amazed that in the history of Artie's life, he's never been hit on by a homosexual.
Not that I know of. Well, maybe Dan does a lot.
Not that no one's ever. I don't mean like they're asking you to go out. Like they go, hey, you're, like they give you a compliment. That doesn't mean they're hitting on you.
No,
I've never been complimented
by anybody.
That's pretty sad. That's funny. Have you, Joe? You look like you got a couple of guys.
I've had lots.
Well, Joe has great bone structure.
Gay compliments.
Well, how do you react to that? Do you feel weird?
Well, I mean, after you start giving that hand,
this was pretty class. I used to. Artie's gonna say that I'm gay for doing this, but I remember.
Why would I say that? Don't hang that on me.
Well, no, okay. It's gonna sound gay as I say it, but I lived in Los Angeles. I had just
that does sound.
I was in a bubble bath.
I had just moved there, and when you move to a new place and you got to get a haircut, you're like, ah, shit, where am I gonna go get a haircut?
Right.
You know, because you're in a new place.
I'm
walking. This is a true story. I'm walking.
I go to the fucking barber.
I'm walking down the street on like Ventura Boulevard, and I see Anthony's hair salon, and I'm thinking, this is how Italian I am. Like when I see other Italian shit, I'm like, that's gonna be good. Yeah. Anthony's Italian. He'll cut my hair. This will be awesome. I go in there, and Anthony is one of these guys that cuts your hair and puts his arm in front of your eye so you can't see the mirror when you're getting the haircut.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing big pieces of hair falling to the ground, right? And I'm like, I was getting a little. Have you ever had the shitty? You know the shitty haircut's going down, but you can't stop.
I like how you looked at me and he was like, "Oh, he doesn't get the same cut as me. He doesn't know what I'm talking about."
Yeah, you can stay out of this cut.
I know the shitty haircut's
Well, you used to have
happening.
long hair.
Longer hair.
Yeah,
So
you had a mullet when I met you.
No, not when you met me.
I got news for you. You had a mullet.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
And a big leather jacket that said, "I'm from Philly." Joe has been so humbled. Joe has been so humbled by show business. I met Joe around 94 as you were like Fonzie. Like, oh, what the fuck? I'm doing a spot. I'm at Stand Up New York tonight. I got an 11:15. Scott Krantz gave me a spot.
Oh my God.
New York beat that shoulder shrug right out of you.
Tim Davis is a fan of mine. Oh, I'm Joe Matarese, South Jersey. I got a deal with UPN. Roger Paul is sending me out on college gigs. You want to open? Oh, who are you?
Oh my God, I haven't laughed like
this
that.
Hedberg kid is witty. I like this Hedberg kid. Think he hits the sauce a little too much. It's giving him life advice.
Oh my God.
He's a big boy. He knows what he said.
He knows what he said.
Funny how?
Funny how am I funny?
Oh my God, my throat hurts. So the big
I got a shitty haircut on Ventura Boulevard. What am I to jerk off? Hey, Anthony, I can't see the mirror. I got a big spot tonight at the Laugh Factory. I gotta follow Nick DiPaolo tonight. And I got a fucking shitty haircut. Me and Charles Fleischer are going on the road. The Roger Rabbit tour. I'm sorry.
Can I continue?
That's how Joe talked in 1994.
Can I continue?
No, go ahead.
Oh, God. The back of my head hurts when I laugh like that. So all these big pieces are falling off my head. I look in the mirror, and I guess I took a deep breath.
Yeah.
And Anthony goes, "What, you don't like?" He wasn't like a Jersey Italian. He was like Italy
Was
Italian.
it Antonio Banderas before he got in the movie?
Italy Italian.
You know like?
He goes, "You're not like?" I go, "It's just a little shorter than I usually wear it, Tony." And he goes, "I'm not bullshitting you." Unclips the bib and just goes, "You leave." And I go,
"Really?"
Yeah, I swear to God.
Got insulted and kicked you out?
Kicked me out
without
with
paying.
half a haircut.
You're kidding
He's done
me.
half, and it's real short on one side and full length on the other.
Oh my God.
So now I'm walking down Ventura Boulevard, and all I see is the barber swirl in the distance, like one of those. And since then, I have never gone anywhere but the man barbershop. So I go to the man barbershop, and there's this really older gay man working there. I told him a story. He was laughing. I go, "Dude, you just got to even it out. Please say you can even out my head."
Hey, you ever been to Lush?
You like bubble bed?
Hey, I'm trying to relate. Oh, hey, I'm going on tour. I got a big set tonight.
Think of one of the obscure LA rooms.
I'm opening up for the Upright Citizens Brigade.
I was thinking wasn't there something called Ha or something like that there?
David Cross is a personal friend. It's a bright fucking kid, this Cross.
So the guy becomes my barber, and he's gay. And every time I go in there, he's trying to talk me into gayness, and he's going, "Maybe you are gay." And I go, "No, I'm not. I'm not gay, sir. Just could you please cut my hair?" And after about 20 haircuts, I finally go, "I can't go to this guy anymore. He won't shut up about that I might be gay." He's telling me I need to go to Palm Springs, that there's these like gay retreats.
He wanted to fuck you.
Yeah, he loved me.
No, I mean,
Great haircuts.
Yeah.
He wanted to give you the dick.
Yeah, he wanted to. Hey, you trying to give me the dick? I could do a whole bit about this. You mind if I record this conversation? It's how I work. I'm playing an alt room in Ventura. Zach Galifianakis is a personal friend. Dave Becky and I are very close. We're having lunch.
I love how obscure it is and still funny. You don't even need to know who any of those people are. That's
Me
hilarious.
and Reggie McFadden are moving to Africa to get into the diamond business.
That's great.
Reggie quit comedy to get into the blood diamond business.
Oh my God!
Jesus
Is that true about it?
Yeah.
He really
Yeah.
did that, right?
Oh, you didn't hear that?
I heard it, but I never knew if it was 100% true. Oh my God!
I think he told me that at David Tell's 26th birthday party.
Oh God!
Oh, Chris Cotton is 7 years old. He's a funny kid, this kid. Oh!
So you've never been hit on, but you've been hit on.
I've been hit on,
my guy.
You have, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to sound.
I mean, I have my moments where I look okay, and I was like, that day I was good, and dudes, you hit on me.
Let me see if you look a quick glance. Like,
I got a moment. You got to catch me in the right spot.
you know what? A quick glance, you look like Blair Underwood.
It's a good glance.
I'm
That's the glance
surprised that
need.
you haven't, Artie, because like I remember opening for Mario Cantone, and like he
Mario! You should hang out with him. Do you know Mario Cantone? He does a bit about the Wizard of Oz.
But he had a boyfriend.
Shake your balls loose.
He's got a boyfriend that looked like you. Like the gay guys like you know,
That look like
big
me.
dudes.
I mean, a bear, like a bear.
A bear
Yeah,
guy.
bear.
I don't like that. No, most.
I got hit on by
most of them are like
cute-
broads. They like good-looking guys.
Nah, a lot of them like the
Not
cute
true.
guys, like a nice brolic looking dude. I got hit on by like cute dudes. I got hit on by like
All right,
2 or
calm
3
down
cute
over
dudes.
there.
I mean,
Christ.
I'm bragging. I should be bragging. I got hit on by
You got
3
hit on
cute
by
dudes.
cute-
And what was your weight? Were you at the same weight you are now?
That's
Were
none of
you
your
thinner,
business.
bigger, or what?
I think I was like around. I was like 30 pounds lighter.
Lighter. Oh, you were
About
shredded.
About 310.
I was shredded.
No, what do you mean cute? Like, why were they cute?
I mean, they look good. They was good.
Was it interracial? Were they white guys?
A couple of white guys, like one.
They
black
probably
guy.
love that. That's Dan's fucking mandingo fucking
keep
fantasy. Keep dreaming, pal.
Great big cock.
Keep dreaming, pal.
Big cock.
I'm the fucking straightest guy you know, buddy. That's why I fucked 3 girls last week. Fuck you. All right, well, this has gotten ugly. I'm sorry.
I love it.
10 G's, man. And you're on
King
fire.
Day, baby. I like how everything's coming back to nicer than racist.
Yeah, I
sex.
can't
That's
believe
the
you
way
didn't
it
hear
should
about
be.
Reggie McFadden going to the.
Oh, I did, but I never knew it was really true.
That's how you know comedy is so dark. Russ Manev's theory about the next 10 years is going to be a bloodbath is so true. Like, the next 10 years of like our generation, people are going to die, they're going to quit, they're going to go slowly crazy, like in an embarrassing way.
I'm at the point in my career, I think my grandma was right when she used to give me shit saying I need to learn a trade, not do stand-up. She used to get so mad about it.
You need to learn a trade.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's my grandma.
You're ruining yes, your grandmother. You're ruining the Matarese name. You want some steak pizzaiole? I better not end up in your act. I don't like these comedians you're bringing around before gigs. However you jazz musicians talk. All right. Speaking of David Attell, this is an interesting story. So me and Attell, 2 days ago, we got a call, Friday afternoon, we got a call from Saturday Night Live. My agent called me and said, there's a character they do on Saturday Night Live where this kid, and I don't know, Kyle something. Mooney? Yeah. Kyle Mooney, he plays like a shitty comic. A shitty, like, neurotic, bad stand-up comedian. That's the character. And
That's been done.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. I'm not trying
Usually
to...
guys that can't do straight stand-up are like, let's do a shitty comedy.
Well, he's kind of making fun of stand-up, you know. But
Right.
whatever. I was like... But the sketch they sent, it was a pre-tape thing. They did it at Gotham. Kevin Hart was in it. And the bit is that he comes up... We're playing ourselves. And he comes up to us and he tries to pitch us shit that's awful. And we goof on him.
Right.
So the sketch, it didn't seem to have a lot of like big laughs in it to me. I was looking at it going, they're going to tape this? Like, you know, they're going to spend a lot of money to tape something like that. So I get there and it looks like they're shooting Transformers 2, the trucks. You know, and Che was down there, so he was in there. I love Michael. He's a good guy, man. And Pete Davidson was in it. And we shot this thing where we mostly improv it. I mean, I left with the tell going, they said, can you tweet it at the beginning of the show? I said, well, is it going to air? I don't want to tweet it like a jerk off.
Oh, you would have looked so bad.
I gotta learn to be more like Dave. He just said no to everything. It's like, can we get B-roll of you on stage? Like, no. And I go, I guess if you want. I feel so bad. I'm like, yeah, I guess, but I do with my material, like, well, you know.
Was there a fake crowd there?
Yeah, there was extras.
Oh, they had an audience.
As creepy as extras can get, and extras are creepy, but these were creepy fucking extras. And yeah, so we did this. It took about 3 hours, and so at fucking 11:30 on Saturday night, I wait for the show to start, and I go, "Hey, watch for me and Dave Attell on this pre-taped sketch." And it doesn't fucking air. My mother's like calling me, going, "I can't see it. What? Are you in this?" Like, man, no, I think they cut it out. What does that mean? You're cut out? You mommy happy? And so I got the fucking. They made me tweet it. It's not in the show. And I said, you know, I knew they were gonna fucking cut it out. And my weasel agent goes to the party afterwards. He gets an invitation to the party because I was cut out of a sketch.
And he still went.
Yeah, he went. I couldn't go because I had a gig. I was working. Oh, we had a gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The three of us worked. Yeah.
Yeah, all three of them.
That's right. We did a show. That was a good show. It was a good crowd. We played a theater in South Jersey. About 1,500 people. It was sold out, and great crowd. And both you guys had great sets, and it worked out. We got the MC. Chris MC'd.
Did you come home right after the show?
You know, I was going to go see Springsteen. I thought about coming back. Did you go? You didn't go see Bruce?
Well, I wanted to do a joke about it, a sign that you're a married guy with kids and you're just a loser now. When someone's going, we're going to go to see Springsteen after this. He's going to do a set of 12 songs.
A surprise show at a small theater.
At a small theater.
Yeah.
And you might meet Bruce Springsteen. And I'm like, I got to go home.
My kids have yet to ski.
I do a joke similar to that, but it's like, you know, you're a black man. I was like, you want to go see Springsteen? I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, you're 20, you're 80. You were born in 1987.
If you would have said
love
Big Sean,
Springsteen,
if you would have
and
said
I still didn't go.
Wale, I was trying to get tickets to the Wale concert. Do y'all know who Wale is?
Who?
Jesus Christ.
No.
All right.
I'm sure he's just as good as Bruce Springsteen.
I mean, he has a couple of classics. What about J. Cole? Anybody know who J. Cole is? Fuck, one day I'm just gonna do
Kenneth Cole.
I'm gonna, you know what, something, James? One day we're gonna sit down. We're gonna sit down and get some songs. And I'm gonna make y'all listen to them.
What podcast you gonna play that on?
Cotton 215 podcast. Coming soon.
I gotta be honest.
Are you gonna do one on? Because I like.
I am.
I want some urban flavor on the network.
Me and Dave Tim will do one. I'll bring it to the. I'll put it on.
Oh, good. Dave, I know Dave.
Yeah,
Dave, the kid I know.
Yeah,
like
Dave.
him.
Yeah, we got
guy.
ours called First World Problems. We'll bring it in. We'll bring it over to the.
All right.
I gotta say about Tim, because we talked shit a little bit about your.
He didn't even hear it.
Well, I know he didn't hear it because I talked to him on the phone and he didn't bring it up. I'm like,
Right.
oh, he doesn't heard it. So he's at the gig Saturday night, and he sounded like he didn't really want me to come to the Springsteen thing. That was the vibe I got. Like, it wasn't like, yeah, come. He's like,
Well, no,
it might not be good. It might be too crowded.
Yeah, he didn't want you to
Talked
come.
me out of it. I was like, oh, what did I think? It was going to be empty at the Springsteen surprise concert? Oh, there's going to be people there?
Well, no one knew he was coming for sure.
They knew.
If
He said every year he...
I tell you what, though, when he does those drop by, in 1991, I saw him in Southside Johnny. I went to go see Southside Johnny at the Stone Pony, and he showed up. Me and my buddy Joey Picho and these two chicks we were dating, and he played till like 5 in the morning. He just showed up. Like acoustic Thunder Road.
Jesus, this is what I might have missed.
He's no Will A or whatever the fuck.
So you didn't go.
Wale.
Wale.
James, you know. I know it. Oh, that's good. Somebody knows.
What? How old is he? Is he a young guy?
Wale, he's 27-ish.
Yeah.
Rapper.
Right.
I like the rap stuff. I don't know if y'all know.
I like rap too. Dude, I graduated high school August of 85. I had to go to summer school. But that's when rap, I like a lot of rap shit.
Love the Sugar Hill Gang.
Jesus Christ, I would have.
That's all.
No, I like Tribe Called Quest. I like a lot.
You're a Quest fan?
They were my favorite.
Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
Apache.
Some of those early rap songs, it wasn't a perfected art like.
Not like it is now.
Yeah, that one. Although, who's that guy? Ain't I black enough for you? Who? I'm black. Is that not Kumo D?
What are you talking? Chuck D? Probably.
Not Chuck D. Not Chuck D. Well, Chub Rock is actually a friend of mine.
Chub Rock.
They got any food for carnivores up in the
we gotta have Keith
Yo,
on
man,
here.
they got any food for... I'm gonna go drop some lyrics for this nigga.
We literally have to have Keith on here just so he can tell his Chub Rock story. It makes me laugh.
Yeah. Oh God.
Every time.
He was I hung out with him one night. It was a fun night. That was 96-ish. He was living at the Chelsea Hotel, and that's how he ended the night. It was the coolest thing anyone's ever said to me. I'm gonna go drop some lyrics for this nigga.
Y'all got any food for carnivore?
They got any food for carnivores up in this motherfucker?
Dude, I used to DJ at an all-black bowling alley in like 1991.
Okay, how do you know it's all black bowling alley?
Because I DJ'd there, and I was the only white guy in the bowling alley.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, this is DJ Joe. You like my haircut?
But
A fruit cuts it. A homo cuts my hair.
Christ. I used to hand the mic over to just black guys would come up to me and go, dude, can I rap?
This is real.
When
This
I
is
was
real
DJ,
shit.
they would come up. They go, dude, can I rap? And only every time they were fucking unbelievable. I'm
Which
like,
bowling alley was this?
It was in Willingboro, New Jersey.
Well, Willingboro?
Do you know it?
Oh yeah.
What do you know? Bowling alleys? What bowling?
No, I don't know bowling.
Well,
I
he's
know
from
Willingboro.
Philly. That's a very
shitty Willingboro.
Oh, that's right. You're from the same area. I never thought rapping was a talent until I heard someone who couldn't rap. Then you go, wow.
Oh yeah, this
Snoop Dogg is a genius.
That's true.
When you hear someone who sucks at it.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting late here, right?
It's got live Sugar Hill Gang.
This we have the rights to.
Yeah, how do we
Cut
allowed
it
to
now.
play that? Got
10
it.
seconds.
We can
of
only
it.
play 7 notes.
Of live Sugar. Why is it rap is never good live?
I don't agree with that. I've been to great concerts. I've been. Snoop is great.
He's great.
He's great
Whenever you
live.
listen to it live being played, it sounds terrible.
I
sounds
saw
like shit.
Jay-Z Super Bowl Eve, and he was good, but it's I don't he he did like about an hour. All the
He has
hits.
a live band. Yeah, it's crazy.
He plays like a drummer and a guitar player. Yeah.
Lupe Fiasco is great live, but Okay, Snoop.
Eminem is good live.
A lot of rappers are good. You got to go see the guys who know their shit though. You can't go to like the new dude who's hot right now.
I've never seen rap live ever. I need to go to one.
Nah, I don't know.
How could you say it sucks live?
Because I'm saying when I listen to the recordings, it's
go
always
see LL.
terrible.
LL, you would like LL Cool J live. You would like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a lot of hits. I love LL.
Does he do any NCIS references?
A little bit. He comes out as a dead body on the thing. He figures out who kills him by the end of the concert. It's really dope.
You know he hates Chris O'Donnell. He has to work with Chris O'Donnell. LL Cool J. Just you can see him rolling his eyes. I know Chris personally. I did a film with him. All right, so we're going to take a break. We got to get to the girl. We got a lot of voicemails. There's a guy who left all these amazing voicemails.
We got to get to some of them.
And we got to get to some of them. But
you said it all in different characters.
Yeah.
And impressions all different.
Different impressions.
Wait to hear that.
I'll give you a tease. Play which one should I have you play? Play the gay one where he wants to come on to me.
Not Tan Filato.
No.
Checking.
Hi, Artie. I just can't stop thinking about you. I just keep imagining us going to a Yankees game together, taking a piss next to each other in a stall, even going back to your place, take a nice bath, a nice Italian bath, fill that tub up with some tomato sauce. You jump in there, I'll give you it. I just think you're just an amazing person.
An Italian band?
An Italian band.
Okay, so there's like 50 of them that are hilarious. But we're going to get to the girls. We made them wait long enough. We're going to have a nice discussion about whatever, comedy and my appearance on the Marina. With Friends Like This, right?
Friends Like Us.
Friends Like Us podcast. That's up now, right, Marina?
Yeah.
So what do they do? They go to Friends Like Us?
Yeah, they go to Friends Like Us podcast.
Friends Like Us podcast. Check that out. When we, the host Marina Franklin is here, and we're going to talk to her and some of the ladies that showed up for a little day of comedy, a special day of comedy on MLK Day.
Jesus Christ!
Yes, the Artie Lang Artie Quitter podcast. Back after that. Hey, welcome back, the Artie Quitter podcast. Very excited. We got 4 guests today at once. It's the most crowded it's ever been, but this is cool. Like I say, I did the Friends Like Us podcast last week. My friend Marina Franklin, real funny comic and a good friend. I got myself into hot water with an I can't breathe joke. And again, I thought it was harmless. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I start to get, neurotic about it. But Marina came up to me at the comedy show and said, I thought it was fine. Would you want to come on the podcast and talk about it? And I said, sure, that would be great. And she was very nice to me, and it was a fun time. And I guess she has co-hosts. You said not all the time, but these are 3 ladies who are regulars, all comedians on the show, right? Marina Franklin.
Yeah. Hello. Yes. Well, I started the podcast in June because of that whole thing about Saturday Night Live couldn't find a black woman that was funny.
Right.
Apparently we don't exist, or we're in hiding.
None of them are funny.
We were hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Let me... I always wanted to do radio. I had a guy a long time ago ask me to do his show in Brother Weeze. Do you know Brother Weeze?
I know Brother Weeze, yeah.
So I didn't do it. But so I said, at some point I'll get back into doing some type of radio. And so this was a perfect opportunity to put together a show featuring women of color that were funny. And sometimes I have on someone who's not like a comic. So I switched out. I started the show with Yamanika and Khalees Hawkins. These are 2 comedians.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just 3 of us and a girl, Marissa Bromwell, who's like an executive producer at Nickelodeon. And
I think that's great that you mix it up like that.
Yeah.
It's not all stand-ups. It's, is it usually people in show business, though? Or?
Well, they're around it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There was one girl, she does a show at Upright Citizens Brigade, and it's improv. And she was doing a show about, talking about the awkwardness of talking about black, issues, and she wanted to do a show around it, race issues. So I had her on the show, and I tried to, at first it was just black women, and then I opened it up to Jewish women because I felt, a lot of Jewish women can relate to what we were talking about. So I have them on the show as well. I have Marion Groden on the show. And
that's a problem for some people.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point. Let me introduce the other ladies here. Sade Pilot.
Yep.
How you doing? And you're Michelle.
Yes.
Buto.
Yeah, I spelled it phonetically for you.
Thank you. Michelle Buto. That's a great name. That's a good showbiz name.
I spelled it wrong a long time ago when I had her on my show. She was like, I thought you were my friend.
She put like 16. We've known each other for like over 10 years. She put like 16 more letters.
I made it like
I'm not Greek.
I grew up with a kid, Mike DiGiacchino. He's like my brother, and I still have no idea how to spell his name. But my girlfriend of 4 years, Adrian, her last name was Okrimic. I don't know how to spell her name.
Okrimic.
That became an issue. It's like a Russian name, but I should have learned how to spell the name after 5 years.
She should change her name like everybody else.
Well, I thought Adrian O was a good one. I like that, but apparently she thought I was just being lazy. And a Pat Brown.
Yeah, and
Pat
I spelled
Brown.
it phonetically. For
Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah,
but so you guys, you're all stand-up comics.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think about that? You brought up. Do you think the Jewish struggle, if you want to call it that, is the same thing as a black struggle? Do you think there's a lot to relate to there?
Well, some of them tell me that it is, and some say that. Like when I had Marion on the show, she's like, I do not know what it's like to be a black woman.
Right.
Absolutely, but I have had the experience where they didn't know I was Jewish, and they were saying really awful things about, the Jewish features and the hair. She went to some fat farm up here.
Well, that's where you're going to hear hateful stuff. At a fat farm.
Yeah, so she was relating to, they were like, oh, well, we didn't know you were Jewish. You look so attractive. And she's like, oh, my God.
My God.
So that is absolutely a story that on our show someone can, relate to and go, yeah, and the hair, Jewish women have, they use the same products that we use.
Is that true? I don't know that.
Some.
Well, they call it the Jewfro, they call it.
Yeah,
That's
most of them
actual
created
word.
them.
Well, the Sicilian Italians, my buddy Mike DiGiacchino was just talking about, has a complete afro, like huge too.
I just watched this Anthony Bourdain, the Travel the World thing he's got, and he went to Sicily, and they were saying, call us Sicilians, don't call us Italians, because they're Arabic, they're African.
North African. Well, the Moors, the Moors came in and just had fun with all the broads in Sicily about 600 years ago. And,
darkened them up.
Yeah.
Give them the little melatonin. But I mean, they don't want to be called Italian at all. I find it very interesting. But I think Jewish women, I think it's easier to hide the fact that you're Jewish.
That's the bottom
but we
line.
can't hide the fact that we have brown titties.
That's the bottom line. Is you can get if you're in a situation where you feel people are hostile for some reason, you could get away with pretending even though it's sickening to do, but you might have to get away with saying you're not Jewish, but you can't do that if you're black. Obviously.
Yeah,
unless you're
I still
Ethiopian.
think they do have some racial and gender issues that we all kind of agree on.
Oh, the anti-Semitism might be it's the worst. To me, I completely understand seeing the hatred in this country. And if you tour the South, it's not like it used to be, I guess, but there's still twinges of it,
It's so funny because I like that you just said that, because a lot of the comments that we got from you being on the podcast were like people like, we don't want to listen to this because he's a bigot and he hates minorities and stuff like that.
They didn't even use bigot. They just went racist.
Yeah.
Right. Bigot, I could go, maybe. Bigot sounds all right.
I said, we'll talk about the difference between a racist and a bigot.
I was going to say, what is the difference? One sounds worse.
One sounds definitely worse.
But I'm saying, it makes sense to me that there was a black president before a Jewish president. Like, I really think anti-Semitism in this country is really crazy to the point where I don't think we'd ever have a Jewish president.
Especially like being out in clubs, like not just even in America, people make jokes about Jewish people. I don't even think they know why. They're just like, everyone else does it, therefore I will. Black people are late. Jewish people are
stereotypes.
They just keep going with the same stereotype. Like if I hear one more Anne Frank joke, I'm going to stab myself in the eye because I'm like, you don't even know the bitch's history. Like, it's just a pun right now.
But the response that we got from having someone Jewish on the show was also, in my opinion, they were saying they were offended, but they were offending because they were like, you can't have a Jewish woman on the show. They're never going to be a person of color. Don't try to make it happen. It's never going to happen.
Yeah. Some people are just, again, we talked on your show.
No, Oprah.
We talked on the show about sense of humor.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't have one, and they get mad and offended by stuff easily, and they're very...
Related to me? You're right.
No, they're very aggressive about making their opinions known. And God, they could say some harsh stuff.
But I find the conversation opened itself. Like, initially, I just said it like kind of tongue in cheek. You know, like a Jewish woman is a woman of color. You know, I was just... But the reactions to it was so interesting to me that I kept it because that's how I'm a bit of an asshole. Like I was like, oh, it bothers you. Well, I'm going to keep it going.
Well, sure. That's how comics are. You know, if you tease a kid in the playground who doesn't care, you'll stop.
Yeah.
The kid who cares, it's more fun because that's, you know, again, I think, these people have to focus on something different. Like if you think a politician is truly a racist, and I think that still exists too. I mean, unfortunately, I think there's senators and people in the House of Representatives that know their constituents are racist, and they totally, in subtle ways, play into that to get votes. And I think it's horrible. You know, the way they insult Obama. They know I can't come out and say something blatantly racist, but I know people who vote for me are, so I'm going to insult Obama because of that. So they'll think I'm with them. You know, it's like, and I think that goes on a lot. But to go after comedians, if you're just trying to be funny, you could focus your anger on more important things. I mean, do you guys think a comedian could really ultimately be hurtful from a joke? To society. No, to society in general. Do you think a comedian could hurt the world in a real way? The way a politician could if they were racist.
You know, words do have power. If you have fans, you know, and they think your word is bond, then yeah. You know, when Eminem, you know, went out for, what's her name? Laura, what's her name again? The singer?
Laura Hill?
No.
Laura.
Oh my God, what's her name?
Chlorine.
Oh, you're talking about the rapper, the young rapper?
Eminem?
Yeah, that just...
No. He talked shit about like somebody who like needs to die. I forget her name.
He's talking about harsh stuff, absolutely.
Yeah, and I feel like...
she was in a coma or...
No.
Well, what was who is the woman? Is she a black woman?
No, she's a white woman. She's a singer.
Yeah.
She's a pop singer. For some reason, there was a beef. He went after her. And he made like a rape joke and like hiding her body and all this other stuff. And people were like,
Was it Iggy Azalea?
No, that was Iggy and Snoop.
That was the rape
that's
whistle.
like
No.
So many feuds going on.
There's a lot of like...
Eminem also said something about Iggy.
Yeah, okay. See, but that's the thing, like... Words have power, especially if you have a very young audience. So I feel like, yeah, a comedian.
If you're
could
very
have-
well, you're talking about singers now,
right.
But a comedian, I think, if your goal is to be funny, I don't know how
but
hurtful
it's like
it could
edgy
be.
and thought-provoking, much like a rapper. They want to be edgy and thought-provoking in their own way.
That's
and,
true.
You know, if you're young enough, you don't know the difference. It's like you're gonna think it's okay to treat women like that. They're not gonna understand that lyrically it's amazing, or like it's just a really funny joke. I feel like sometimes, yes, we need to be responsible with our words.
Right. Well, again, we talked about the idea of do some things make you more mad as a woman or a black person? We talked about that a lot.
Which race do we identify with more? And I identify with woman race.
The Cosby thing is the obvious subject that comes up with that, and we talked about what offends you more about that story.
But the thing about that to me is like we don't get the reverse done because like Paul Mooney is a very polarizing comic to I think white people, and I've been to many of his shows where white people will walk out because they are familiar with him of being on the Dave Chappelle show, and they think they're going to get this fun-loving kind of...
They don't know what they're not. That happens a lot with comedy. They don't know what they're going to see.
Yeah. But this is what I'm going to ask you, though. I don't think white people get an opportunity to be offended because most comics don't do that because we want white dollars. We want to have as much of the pie as possible. So if we kind of censor ourselves to the degree that... we can only talk about white people to black people, then our market is much more...
Well, you're being very honest.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, Bill Cosby has $1 billion because he made white people laugh. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
But Kevin Hart's career, though, is interesting. I think he did a real smart thing when he stayed with the BET network instead of like going to a big deal at NBC because he had much like Russell Peters, although Kevin's way more mainstream than that, but I mean, he really stayed loyal to a certain crowd, and I think he was rewarded by selling out the Garden, that way. Whereas if he went to a more mainstream thing with a lot of white people in the crowd, he may not have won them over as easy, and he wouldn't be doing the ticket sales he's doing, I think it was smart for him to stay. Like he stayed on BET with the show. He could have went to NBC.
But one of the things he did do is like even his movies, he would do a black movie, do a predominantly black movie, and then he'd do a predominantly white movie. But he would also, when I was in Atlanta, he would do Punchline, which is mainstream, pretty much all white. And
right, I've been there, yeah.
And he'd sell it out, and then 3 weeks later he'd come back and do Uptown, which was predominantly black, and he'd sell it out.
Wow.
And
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because he's getting both.
And he was getting both. Both audiences, and he did. This is the incredible thing. He did the same material because his material is all about relationships and his family and whatever.
That also brings up an interesting point because, like, back to the letters that I got when I had you on the show,
right.
Just to bring it back for, like, there was a person who tried to say that I like listening to your show because you're not like Robin Quivers and you're not like Aisha Tyler. And I was like, so what box do you want me in?
Right.
Like when I'm trying to just be a comedian, I'm just trying to be a person doing this, but I got to think about my audiences being black or white, or who do I perform?
I don't understand what makes what is it about Aisha Tyler that people have a thing with?
I don't know the Aisha thing, but I get very defensive with Robin because Robin became a dear friend of mine. I love her, and to me, she's a hero to not just black women and women in general. I mean, that's a hard business. Like, broadcasting's a hard business to make the mark she made. And look, I was on that show 8.5 years. She was always the smartest in the room, the voice of reason, and had an amazing sense of humor and defended herself in the most articulate of ways when people would bring up that shit. Yeah. So I hate when people attack her for that. I hate it. The Aisha Tyler thing, I don't know about.
But that's the thing. That's the big I think problem is that they like to pigeonhole at us, and we're all different people. We're all culturally different.
Speaking of different people, can I take it back to Kevin Hart for 2.2 seconds because I have feelings about it.
Do whatever you want, girl.
Okay, no, but I have feelings about it. I just want to know what y'all think because he did an interview with The Breakfast Club a week ago, and he said that he did not feel comfortable playing a gay person. No disrespect to gay people, but he couldn't serve the role justice because he's not comfortable, like, whatever it would be, like getting close to a guy, maybe touching his dick, whatever.
But he was all right with wearing a dress?
Girl, please.
But now you're bringing up a great point. You're bringing up a whole new ball of wax.
But that's what I'm saying, like
the gay thing.
The gay thing, and it's okay, like playing to your audience, whatever. But like, I don't know. First of all, what do y'all think? Because I feel like if you're an actor.
I'm glad you brought that up. Homophobia in the black community and with Italians, my people, with like Guido types.
I saw The Sopranos.
I'm from
Jersey.
It's really like you better not even, with some guys I grew up with who I consider smart guys, you better not even joke that they might be gay. Yeah. And I think Kevin knows a lot of his audience. I mean, he might not really think that, but he knows a lot of his audience are insanely
homo. And
I think
he might really think
Chappelle did a similar sketch on the Chappelle Show where he talked about how uncomfortable he is with it, trying to be funny. And I've done a lot of gay stuff over the years where I say, I mean, yeah, I'm saying.
What do you consider gay stuff? You think taking a bath is gay?
And that's bubble bath.
A bubble is cleanliness.
Specifically with bubbles.
I'm busting.
I know.
See, I was going for I'm busting chops.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
that's
bubble
what's
baths
lost.
are amazing.
That's what's lost on it. I'm trying to be funny there.
Right.
Go ahead. Homophobic.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get back off so I can talk.
No,
but no, Kev, he didn't say that doesn't want to do it because he's scared of what people are going to perceive. He said his own insecurities. Like as a man, he said he doesn't want. It's kind of different. It's a different statement to say.
See, that's an indirect way of saying. That's an indirect way of saying. Look, I'm speaking to you guys out there who are my fans who are homophobic. I'm with you.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Know,
like, and so keep buying my records.
I feel like he was being honest. He was like, look, I don't think. He's like, look, I'm not comfortable.
I think he was being honest too.
Yeah, I think I'm not comfortable with me portraying that because I'm just not comfortable with it. And that's. I think you can't get angry at him for that. That's him being honest. As a man.
What if somebody said I can't be comfortable with you because you're a black dude?
Well, he didn't say he's not comfortable. He didn't say he's not comfortable with gay people.
That's a great point,
He said
though.
he's not comfortable playing a gay person.
But that's what he was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But he was saying he was uncomfortable.
I feel like, to me, that just screams, I'm not comfortable playing a gay person because people might think I'm gay if I'm too good at it.
No,
I'm just
that's
like, if
not
you're
the
an
same.
artist, but if you're an artist and you're into acting and all this other stuff, like, dude,
You
it
have-
doesn't matter. You're just trying to tell the story in the most beautiful way possible.
But
you know
if
what?
you don't notice, there's actors who don't kiss women who are men who are married, don't kiss women because they're married. So are you going to get angry at them for saying, I'm not going to kiss a lady because I'm married in a movie?
Don't act because they know what are they, Mormons?
No,
Like,
there are a few actors who, if you go through their whole movie history, mainstream big dudes, they never kissed a woman in their movie. I know that it's not Arnold. It's either Arnold Schwarzenegger or.
Never kissed a woman.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's too busy fucking everybody else anyway.
Five big
just making
people.
babies
But
with little
either way,
Mexican
that
maids.
decision he made on camera not to kiss a woman because out of respect for his wife. He got caught cheating later.
But
Who
that's
cares?
respect
for his wife.
But
He's got 14 kids with the maid.
Who gives a fuck?
Respect for his wife.
It's one of the things. That's the decision he made. Now on camera, that's what
Well,
he
listen,
said on camera.
I did a movie with Will Ferrell about 14 years ago where the end was we reveal that we're gay lovers. And the joke at the end was this movie Boat Trip. And I have to kiss him on the lips at the end. And I said to the director, and we shot it in Germany, and I said to the guy that were paying me very well, and I said, listen, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I'm not kissing the guy on the lips. I'm not doing it. So don't. If we get over to Germany, don't expect me to do it because. So of course we got there, and Will do anything for a laugh. He doesn't care. But I was really thinking of my Italian uncles and buddies I grew up with, seeing me kiss a guy. And so when we get there,
why stop now? Because you don't care what anyone else thinks, anyways. Why start there?
But that's the thing. You know what? I wish I was ballsy like that. I clearly do. I think every comic does care what people think. I'd like to think I'm that tough guy that doesn't, but I do. And Will, it's so funny. We're supposed to be gay lovers, and Will is trying to kiss me, and I'm like, and I'm like pushing him away. Like the director goes, "It looks like you're repulsed by." I'm like, "Well, I am." But another thing happened on the Howard Stern show 7 years later. We did a bit where we had a hidden camera in an office, and I came out to George Takei, the gay guy Sulu. From
Oh, right.
I came out to him. And we had it, and he totally fell for it. And we had it on tape, video, and audio. And it is, I really went over the top when I found out he was falling for it. And I said shit like, yeah, you know, I knew I was gay 15 years ago, and I was on the road with a gay comic, and he blew me, and I loved it, and I blew him. I know. So, but again, so I crossed that line, but I won't kiss a guy. And I had Italian buddies of mine who said, dude, that was weird. Like,
But
we heard that. They were clearly like, hey, maybe you are gay.
But that's the difference between, I think, being a comic and being an actor. When you're an actor, you embody a character. And you said you can't bring that into whoever you're trying to characterize.
But there's a lot of comedians who act who can find that dark place to go to and tell a story.
Well, Kevin's not
on
that
screen.
one. He's just being. I don't have a problem. He's just being honest.
I don't have a problem with it either. I think he's being dead honest.
You know what I really wanted though? When I watched SNL and I have friends that were in the show, shout out Nick Rutherford, and I was like, I want him to play a gay character in a sketch because that would be amazing. Because a lot of people gave him grief for
About
saying that. And I was like, this is what SNL is for. Like, go on and play that gay character.
I've done gay characters. Mad TV, I played gay guys in sketches, but I never kissed a guy. And that's a line I won't cross, and that seems kind of stupid. Like, would you kiss a guy on camera, on the lips? For comedy?
For comedy, I would because I don't give a fuck.
You
about
would?
That. I don't
that's
see
what
that.
I'm
But
talking
at the same
about.
token, I have my own lines. And that's
I think
weird.
he's bullshit.
I feel as though everybody you have a line. Draw your line, and just because I get it as a thing. Like, well, that'll be good for the gay community. I'm sorry, but if you even listen to the whole podcast, he's not even trying to push for certain other things for people. Like, he has his fight that he's fighting. He's not fighting the gay fight, and I get it. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. He probably respects him and everything, but he's not. That's not the fight he's trying to fight. So you can't push your fight on a star because they have star power. You have to fight yours and let him fight it.
I get that. I get that. I understand he was being honest. I'm not trying to push a fight on him. I just feel like I'm not even gay, but I was offended because it's
Do you
sort of.
think he should have just said something different completely? Like, he shouldn't have been as honest as he was. And
Well, yeah. I mean, he said, and I know you heard this. He said that the Tropic Thunder, he got the role, but the
Yeah, it was too flamboyant for him.
It was too flamboyant for him. Even though the guy wasn't gay, he was like, you know,
well, he was
close to
gay.
people. Oh, he was.
He was gay.
I didn't watch. I fell asleep.
But they changed the role. He even said
that's way more offensive.
They changed the role for him. They changed the role for Brandon T. Jackson after he took it. He said the script he got was it was like hand job this, blow job that.
It was insinuating. It was insinuating, and that's how you make it
Brandon
funny too.
changed it. He said Brandon changed it. Brandon changed the role so towards he was comfortable. And at the end, that was more of a reveal. They did it as a reveal in Tropic Thunder.
Listen, John Travolta's clearly gay to me. Obviously, there's too many.
Why doesn't
he does love a bubble bath? That one. He does love a bubble bath.
Dan Filato is gay. Oh, you didn't say Dan Filato? Oh, I'm sorry.
Why doesn't he? Why doesn't he
like
come
a
out?
massage.
Him coming out as a mainstream movie star would be the best thing for the gay community.
He's so narcissistic
Because he's afraid of losing an audience. I think that's
his generation,
you know what
probably.
I mean? And that's what Kevin's thinking too. You know,
I think it's sad. I think this world is sad. I feel like if you are gay or straight, we don't give a fuck. Do you?
I have a comic friend. He has a great joke. He was talking about that he got a gay part in a movie, and he said, "Just let me blow somebody to get a straight part." Who can I blow to get a straight part?
Listen, I'm a heroin addict, and thank God I always have money to pay for dope. I don't know, man. Withdrawals got pretty bad. I don't know if I was presented with that sucking dick thing. I'm like, I don't know.
Would any of you
That's
have
shout
a
out to you,
problem
Tom
doing a
Simmons.
lesbian scene, or do you have any
no,
problems
man.
with that? Because I
well, that's the women.
I'm doing them regular. I'm doing regular anyway. I'm practicing now.
Women are. Let's talk about
Could you
that
go
double.
outside
That
of doing that? Could you go to men, Pat? For
I do that too. I'm practicing that now.
If I was gonna do a lesbian scene, it'd have to be real. It'd have to be real. Like I'm talking like I'm gonna look how I look. She's gonna look like even like a butch lesbian.
That's
like
fine.
It would.
Hey, gross.
Put on some McConaughey.
Look, there's a double standard there.
Yeah.
But I don't think for blacks there's the double standard, because look at people like Queen Latifah, who people speculate about. You know, there's
speculate, girl. She's been with her trainer for over 10 years and still gained weight. I'm more offended that she's been dating a trainer and gained weight.
That's why you think that's hilarious. That's funny.
But I'm saying I don't think it's any cooler from the black perspective. For
There's
black
always going to be
actresses
double
be
standard.
openly
Have you
gay.
seen any
It's the black
sitcom?
community,
Any
though.
sitcom, it's always this fat, pudgy guy with like an adorable, loving, gorgeous woman.
Hold on, what's the problem with that? This is what I'm shooting for. That's what I want. I want a nice TV
Is this
wife.
mic on?
It just went on.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't see a problem with that. I want a nice TV wife. My wife is pretty cute.
Now, honey, we need to get real.
My wife is real life. My wife looks a lot better than she should. Like true, I'm being honest.
Honestly, I'm the king of that. I've been playing out of my league for a long time.
I'm doing good. It happens in real life.
I don't know if you guys ever watched Mike and Molly. This is why I love
Mike and
Molly.
Molly.
Oh, I love. That's why I love Mike and Molly.
I thought it was about the guy who was a Molly addict.
That's your version of Mike and Molly on Netflix.
No, but I've seen that.
It's about a comic on Molly.
No, but
that's what I'd like to see. But women are much more sensuous. Like I get squeamish watching two guys make out, or but
really?
two women.
But no, you haven't. What's that show on HBO about those gay guys? It's like the gay Sex and the City.
I can't watch it.
I can't watch it either.
But you can't take yourself outside of that and say these are two human beings who just love each other.
I don't have any hatred towards them.
I know that. I'm not asking if your dick is going to get hard. I'm just saying.
Listen, my dick didn't get hard. Can we move on?
Mike and Molly, what was the makeup?
But this is the thing too. I talked a bit about this on stage because I actually love porn, but I love gay male porn.
I do
love
too,
really.
Pat.
Oh, that is the
Sometimes
hottest thing ever.
It is.
That's why
I mean, it is.
That's
Hottest
why
thing ever.
looking is like too much of a drama. I would rather go straight for the sex part.
Well, you don't like.
But it takes me out of the element because, like, for me, heterosexual porn is about the objectification of women, and that totally takes me out of that when I'm just watching two men.
Well, you should go to Pornhub.com because it's free, and
you get on your
you
phone.
don't spam, and they have female-friendly
Sponsors.
porn where the guy comes in, you get a massage, he puts the toilet seat down, he deposits his check.
It's
and then they
something.
have
It's
sex.
still something
Great.
so raw about the two men being together in a sexual way and holding hands.
I hate that.
As I look at the 7-year-old
you guys
holding
about,
hands.
You guys talk about being offended by stuff. It's so funny. Joe Matarese has a great joke where, as a comedian, I can't see myself ever getting offended. What's the joke, Joe? Where to be offended by a movie, someone would have to talk about my family.
Oh, no. Yeah, there was a joke because I took a girl to a movie once and she wanted to leave. Like in the first 10 minutes, she said it was offensive. And I said, they got to start talking about me in the movie for me to leave.
Yeah. Like, you guys are much more, I think you're much more intellectual than I am. I think female comics are much more intellectual than guy comics. I think we all have that immaturity in us guys. And I don't get offended by anything. I really don't.
I don't really get offended too much.
But I understand what you're saying. As far as what you're offended by, I respect it, but I really don't like. People could talk about Italians, whatever. I don't like Eddie Murphy Raw. I went to see that with a couple of my Italian buddies when it came out in '87. He does a thing about the Moolies and the Guidos in line, and he's goofing on Italian.
Oh, that was great.
My buddies were mad. I'm like, it was hilarious. Like, that's just. I mean, I don't.
I think Moolie is such a funny word. It's just hilarious to me. It just sounds like a child made it up. I had this Italian roommate named Renee, and we said that we were going to make a show called The Guinea and the Moolie, and just saying that would crack us the fuck so hard.
You see, I'm Italian. That would make me laugh. That would make me laugh.
Right, The Guinea and the Moolie.
That'd be hilarious.
Artie and Sade.
That should be a show.
I would watch that show. I would double click.
We kept saying, we kept saying, how do they know about Moolie? We thought we got to change it to another word.
But I feel like getting back to being offended. Look, there's going to be a lot to offend, like me, okay? But I think there's a fine line between being offensive and just fucking rude.
Oh, no, that's true. When it's not funny, I agree with you. It seems back to the Eddie Murphy quote. If something's funny, it's not offensive.
Right.
But if it's not funny, if an unfunny person tries to do it, it does sound just rude and crass.
That's why the Donald Trump roast was the worst roast. Did you watch that roast?
You know what? Not the comedy
what about it?
I roasted him for the Friars Club. It wasn't televised.
Okay.
The one on television was worse than the one. The one at the Friars Club was not as offensive. I agree with you. There was some crazy shit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name from Jersey Shore, Mike?
Oh, well, he bombed. It was fun watching him bomb. I mean,
Is that the situation, Mike?
Yeah, the situation.
I mean,
Ice-T's face in the audience when he's bombing is he's like, damn.
I know.
But Sade has an interesting story because you had an experience where you were offended on Kurt Metzger's and Sherrod's podcast.
Oh my!
I've done that. That can get crazy.
You just thought the guy was racist. It was not funny.
No,
right?
not racist, misogynist. I hurled my phone at his face.
Oh God! What happened?
Hey, Naomi Campbell, what the fuck happened?
It bounced off the bridge of his nose, literally landed on the other side of the room.
Was he a comic?
No, he was just. I don't know.
McGavin?
He's like his name is Gavin McInnes. He's like he's been on Fox
heard
News.
of
He's
him,
kind of
yeah.
a pundit-y type, not quite a pundit, but he's a provocateur. He writes blogs that gets all kind of backlash, and he called shat on Neil deGrasse Tyson on Fox, and was what did he call Neil deGrasse Tyson? Neil deGrasse Tyson's the black astronomer who everyone
we
loves.
know he's got like a million.
Oh, and he was just like, oh, you're just white liberal people love you, some horse shit like that. So I threw my fucking phone at his face because
He's got bedazzle on his face.
right. And then it was so funny because afterwards Sherrod was just like cut, and then he said no more women on the podcast.
Sherrod said that?
Yeah, Sherrod said
Well,
that.
he was clearly trying to be funny, I guess.
Still,
but-
it was such because he had Bonnie McFarlane on the next podcast, and excuse, well, she's a comic. She's comic first and then woman second.
Wait,
which I can appreciate.
Wait. But I got a question. Why'd you get so offended? Did he say something to you?
Yeah. He said something to me personally. I don't remember what we were talking about, but he's a misogynist. He just has very hateful things to say.
Isn't that like everybody? Isn't like,
but not the way he does it. Like he's, I mean, some guys at least try to pull the punches a little bit and do jokingly, but he was straight up, get in the kitchen. You're useless here. We'd be having a better time here. And I cracked him in the fucking face with my phone, and I felt great about it.
Someone says that without a punchline, and they truly feel
my
that.
phone in his face was the punchline.
They're morons.
But you know what I'm saying? You don't get away with
girl.
that.
You don't even know if he's got an HMO or a PPO.
If you want to listen to Friends Like Us podcast, this is my angry baby right here.
Throw this phone if you got.
This is why I need her. I need her on the show to just sick her at people every now and then.
In a way, good for you. But in a way, do you think he feels, oh, I won because I got that reaction?
No, that's true. That's what Kurt and Sherrod, that's how they came down to me. But no, I said, he was counting on me as a woman being too timid to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
He won't do that again.
He was counting on it. And
you got to use your words.
It just got. I know that now, but I'm not. I mean, Sherrod and Kurt, they're geniuses. They're brilliant. I don't have what they have yet. You know what I'm saying? So they know how to fight that the way that he does, and it got under my skin. Kurt was like, "Oh, you just made women look bad."
But Bonnie told me that what it is what that interaction you have with a man when you get angry, it's like catnip for him.
Yeah.
Like you just, they love it. They love it.
That's
they
why
want
I like
you to
that.
get
Well,
mad.
I've never considered hitting a woman, but the word cunt placed well. You're like, but you know, because you want to get a reaction out of it. But then you're playing with fire because some women, like, oh my god, I bit off more like
right here, baby, sitting right here in front of you.
I know.
You know what's funny?
I can tell.
I called some girl a cunt just because she almost run me over. Like, come over here. So it's useful.
I'm 10 years older than you, and you remind me of me 10 years ago because not that we have something to prove, but people think like because you have light skin, they can like fuck with you. And I'm always like crazy. Don't have a color.
Do people really think that?
Yes, honey.
It's a light skin
because
thing.
you have light skin that can more than a dark skinned person. Really?
Look, they're not. They for some reason they find people with darker skin more intimidating. I'm not making up.
Okay, no, that's true.
I know a little bit about this one.
I thought it just.
Oh yeah.
I might have some insight on this.
I might go with that. I might go with that, but I think definitely just men challenge you because they want to see if you're gonna.
Well, I think, and they will all see it every single time if they want to see it.
Look,
I agree. Sometimes words go far enough, and you gotta make a statement another way. I'm fine with that.
I'm sure you did this. You walked away and thought of all the shit you could have said.
No, I stormed out of there like Batman.
She's like, I wish I had a bigger phone.
Let's get more phones.
Sade is young. She's like my anger. My anger's on mute.
She's me 10 years ago because I was very angry all the time. Like, I'd be out with my friends and I'd be like, I know she ain't looking at me. Who the fuck is she? And my friends would be like, that's our waitress. Calm down. Like, I was just so angry all the time.
You remember, Michelle, we were going to a party one time and some girl like almost did something to your car and you were like, bitch, I will throw this at you. Do you remember that?
No, but that sounds like me. That sounds
I was like, Michelle.
Me. I know. It's but look, you will get in your 30s and you'll start, I don't know, maybe you'll be married or being with somebody and they'll get all your attention, your crazy attention, and you'll just figure out how to deal with these guys.
I don't know if you see
you can't let anger out
I know.
like that because if you keep
her eyes
pent up.
Yeah, her eyes just like
when
fuck
Sade
no.
gets really upset, her eyes start tweaking.
I think you can stay mad. I just think that you're gonna stay mad. You just have to use your words. Just like
that's what I had to learn how to do.
She's not a baby.
No, you gotta use your words. You gotta use your words.
As opposed to throwing her phone. That's what I'm saying.
Do you have something in your past you think that
she's from Trenton, dude.
Right where you from, Sade?
I'm from Trenton. I'm from Trenton, Jersey. Trenton, Jersey. But yes, of course, absolutely. Where I'm from, it's where aggression is a currency, and that's how people will try you. You know what I'm saying?
Have you found yourself in a position where, when you were younger, where you said, "Damn, I should have done something," like throw my phone at that asshole, and you're sort of getting people back for not being that way?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because I do that with my anger.
Dr. Phil over here.
I like it.
I got a big head.
Were you a fighter growing up, Sade?
But no, not really. I got jumped once and tried to, but.
Oh, yeah, you didn't get enough out when you was young. I got all mine out.
I was a fighter. I just got in a fight. This is embarrassing. Me and my man just got in a fight in Amsterdam like 3 weeks ago.
What are you talking about?
We're like in our 30s.
Physical?
Yes.
Was hash involved?
No. There was we were talking to some other Americans in this like after hours place in Amsterdam. It wasn't even after hours. It was like 2, 3 in the morning. And we were talking to her and this dude kept coming up to her and like bothering her. And my man was like, in Dutch, because he was Dutch, and he was like, leave her alone, we're fine. And he kept coming. And she's like, I don't want to talk to him. And it turns out that he was the drug dealer of the bar, the club, or whatever. And he was like, he probably had sold her something either that day or earlier that week. And I don't know.
That's a great story.
But
was his name Artie?
No. How dare you?
Are you offended now?
Not offended. Get out.
That was rude.
Wait, let me throw the staple.
Damn, Artie.
But so then the guy like did like a, what is this called when you like kind of
punk him out?
Try to do that. And I was like, what is going on? So the guy left. And then we finished our conversation with the Americans. They left. We're like, have a great trip, blah, 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 whatever. The guy came back and started with my husband in Dutch. And then Mama Bear came out and I stepped In between, I was like, get the fuck away from my husband.
It's on.
I know who you are. Bye, bitch.
Well, they were provoking you, though. I mean,
it was one guy, and I think he was just, I don't know if he was drunk or on drugs or whatever. And then, this is terrible. I shouldn't even say this.
Don't say it.
He came back. And he was arguing with me in Dutch, and I was pretty drunk, and I haven't done this in a long time, and I regret doing this, but I spit in his face.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
See, that's dead wrong. I
know it's wrong.
It depends on what they did.
He was in my face.
That's
you
a big
can't
wrong.
spit.
No,
It's
you
wrong.
can't spit.
I can't even spit. I've always wanted to do that, but it would only
Depends
land
on how
right on my
close he
chin.
was in
I mean, my angriest fantasies involve spitting in someone's face.
If you're in somebody's face, it's not wrong.
It's not even the first time I spit in his
You
face.
shouldn't
It's
spit on
someone's face.
anybody. No one should be
You're
spitting on.
absolutely right.
No one should crowd your space either.
The Dutch thing is
He
like
shouldn't have came back either, though. As a man, you gotta let that go too. You gotta walk off. But end of the day, everybody was wrong in this. It was a
absolutely
big
right.
hodgepodge of bullshit.
No, if you spit in somebody's face, it depends on what they did. Maybe it's justified.
When you told me about this comic, I'm not going to say his name, who said all that misogynist shit to you. What I was thinking is I would have spit in his right there.
He didn't even merit my DNA on his face. That's
that's the more
low
mature way. That's the more mature way to handle
That's why
it.
you have to exactly, and this is why you have to kind of just kind of one up somebody in your mind. Don't spit in their face.
The guy's like a hindish.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of don't like that as a reaction. Like as a woman, just like I have to be a man and walk away, not hit a woman. You have to be a woman and realize I can't hit you. So you can't take a certain steps to keep pushing me.
But you're intimidated. But as a man, you're intimidated.
If she was intimidated, she would have walked away. If she was truly intimidated, she'd have to spit in his face.
No, but you're intimidating a woman anytime you come into a woman's personal space.
Yeah.
But was there space for you to walk away?
But
he was leaning into me.
So you saying she has to react?
I mean, we're also adults. You're a woman. You're a woman, not a little girl. Walk away. Just like a man can walk away.
I have dated women that'll take a charge. They'll run and plant their feet.
I know women who will fight a dude. The thing is,
I don't want to fight a dude. You don't understand. I don't want to fight a dude. I was just trying to have a night out with my husband. I walked away the first time. I walked away the first time. He came back the second time.
I would have walked away 5 times if needed.
But here's the deal. The minute, look, it's different when you have a gaping hole that someone could just fill. Okay,
my hole is not gaping.
No,
that is hot.
You gotta remember,
stop calling the hole gaping.
That is weird. That's
it's
a big
gaping
hole.
hole that people can enter
I want to change the episode
It
name to gaping hole.
I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all have it. And I'm gonna say this just from point of view. I
just don't want my hole
like
to
I said,
be
she
gaping.
grew up in Trenton. I grew up in South Philly.
Sexy to me.
I know women who can fight as good as dudes, and I know women hands down who can knock dudes out. So it comes to a point where if a woman, I know dudes who'll be like, "Oh man, I'm good," but when a woman crosses a certain threshold, you have to defend yourself. So how does he know that you're not one of those women?
You know what, Chris?
But he came up to her.
So
I would say either way. I would say everybody was wrong. I just don't. I'm not arguing with anybody.
You're definitely the one guy that I would fight.
Oh, listen. If you had to choose a man to fight, I would choose me.
I'm taking
definitely.
you down.
I don't know.
But wait,
And then come home and Dave will put you in a bubble bath.
Guys,
Dan,
I'm squeezing
can
those
you bath
nipples.
me up?
Chris, I'm squeezing those nipples first.
oh my God,
Dan's gonna nurse me back to health like Raphael and the Turtles.
I went to school with a chick who fought like Manny Pacquiao. She had a jab, and
I had to threaten a chick one
I got a
time.
really
She was
good
huge,
jab.
and I was in middle school. She tried to fight me. I
But you
told
were
her
the same size.
I literally
Chris, in
told her no.
middle
I was short. I was short as hell, but I was big though. But
she's in the
she was
room.
like one of those overdeveloped chicks with like beard and shit. Like she was one of those, and she came to me.
That's
and she
one
was
of
like,
overdeveloped.
I
the
told
beard.
her, I said, if you pass that next desk, I'm going to treat you like a dude. And she walked away because she was coming up and she was too big for me to take a chance with. I could fight, and I'm not taking no goddamn chance with her. She was too fucking big. She was like Artie size when we was like kids.
To actually go past the line of hitting a woman, they'd have to do something pretty.
She was intimidating
No,
me.
I don't think a woman should raise her hand to a man unless she's ready to get beat down too. That's not. I'm
just as bad.
Look. He came back in my face, and that's what I did.
I'm not defending him. I think he's a piece of shit too.
Because I felt threatened. I said it was wrong. The minute I said it, I was like, "This is wrong." And I went back to my husband, and I was like, "Look, I just spit in this dude's face. I don't know what he said."
Yeah,
to
what
me.
did he think about it?
My husband was like, "Let's go."
What happened?
That's the guy. Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
That guy waited for us at the bar and jumped my husband.
Yeah.
And then
the story gets better and better.
Then I was like, oh hell no, not without my daughter, Sally Fields. and then jumped on this guy's back.
Oh, I was going to say, I just got that.
I'm still like slow. I'm like,
I
don't get it.
I jumped on this
She was in a movie called Not Without My Daughter. And
So you jumped on his back.
I jumped on his back.
Shantae's like, get to the fight.
I know.
that's the part I love.
I was drunk. I think I was like punching his head or his neck. And my husband like kicked his stomach. And then all of a sudden, 2 more guys jumped out of nowhere and jumped this guy, and we ran out because apparently he had beef with everybody. Oh, I'm sorry.
He sounds like an asshole. He probably did have beef.
He was an asshole, and that's the thing. Like, look, what I'm saying to you is, yeah, I shouldn't spit on someone. No one should like air quotes spit on someone. But if a guy or even a girl gets in somebody else's face and they don't want to get in a fight, and the only thing they have left is to be like, look, I'm serious. And you don't even speak the same language as a motherfucker,
like
so I couldn't
enough.
even be like, don't go past that desk, otherwise I might spit on you.
Oh, no, yeah,
There's
I
no
feel
language
you.
for that.
You
And I
know-
was like, what he's gonna understand in my drunken mind was like, spit.
Wow, I've never just.
As a husband, I'm gonna say this, and you all you.
That's
As
incredible.
a husband, I'm be honest with you.
I'm still
after the
impressed
first
by
dude
the
left,
spit.
I'm out of town. Me and my, I'm like, look, babe, we leaving. She's like, well, why? I'm like, I'm not fighting. I'm not getting into no.
By
fight.
the way, this is the 17th last thing Chris is
Shit
gonna
gets
say.
ugly. Shit gets ugly. I get when I get angry. It just is like then I'm done. I'm like not going back. You know what I mean?
I think you were kind of justified. I wouldn't beat yourself up too much about that. If he was really that aggressive and came back.
That dude, you know.
I don't know.
I'm listening from back there, so and I'm coming to this
I just realized your
conversation
kid
now.
is in the room
Yeah.
going
It's
crazy.
fine. My
Sorry,
my
Joe.
son is back there playing a DS.
That's my sister, by the way,
system.
Stacey.
Hey.
But basically, I'm thinking. I don't know if just as an maybe because I'm an adult, because I'm a dad, and if you were my daughter, I
I'm
would,
an adult.
no, I would tell you. I would.
I'm an adult here.
What do I look like? A jerk off.
But if you were my daughter, I would say, listen, you're better off fucking kicking a guy in the balls or punching him right in the face
I would
than
tell my
spitting
daughter.
on him.
I would tell my daughter to be aggressive.
If a girl spit on me, I might fucking beat the shit out of her.
That's just what I'm thinking.
Like that's just
what
like
game
the
is your kid
meanest thing
playing?
you
I don't
could.
think I
That
could do
feels
that.
worse than getting kicked in the balls.
Right.
I've had girls spit on me.
Really?
It costs an extra $50.
You know what? You're right, Joe. Because like I've been training. You know, I've been fighting with I've been training with Keith Robinson at the boxing thing, and I got to be honest. Like I got a pretty good left jab that I just would have used.
You would have liked to use.
I would have known.
What is training with Keith like? What's that motivational?
Well, it's hard to train.
I'm
with
better
him.
than you.
He's always yelling at us. He's like,
Do a sit up. I can do more sit ups than you.
he's like, listen, whore.
Listen,
Look at these whores. Do it.
Jesus Christ. Where's my phone? I want to throw it at him.
I just feel like it's an extra
Marina's a whore.
aggressive move. You're better off. Either you got an option.
I
You
just
either
hit
hit him or you leave. But you spit on him, and he got a gun
That's what I'm
out. He
thinking,
might
like-
kill you. You might
I
die
kept saying,
more
go,
over
go,
a spit.
leave. There's nothing here for you. Just keep going. Move on, man. Go.
I think you were in the right kind of there. I do.
In my mind, I thought I was right too, and then like I woke up the next day with my hand hurting and a hangover, and I was like, "Ooh,
Well, that
I'm
happens.
37. I'm too old for this shit."
You know how many times I've woke up with hand hurting and a hangover? That should be the name of my new book. Hand hurting and a hangover. The Artie Lang story. Hand hurting and a hangover.
Hilarious.
My new country album.
That and I prefer gaping holes.
I prefer
between your
gaping
legs.
holes. The new single of Hand Hurting and a Hangover.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. I see your gaping hole.
Me and Michelle Buteau in a ballad.
I can't.
So Marina, so this is fun. You really are like the voice of reason here. You're looking at you're like the mama bear going.
I
like,
do
what do
feel
you
like
girls
the mama
do?
bear.
she
I
is.
do. I encourage them to go and say what they
Well,
want.
it's entertaining. It's smart. It's funny. It's a
I
good
love
show.
it, you
And I
know?
want you on the network.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like, we all have different views to see, like I actually do. I don't get offended by much.
You're not an angry person.
I don't get offended
You're not.
by
You're
too
very
much.
pleasant. You're very not that being angry isn't pleasant, but you're very that's why, it meant a lot
I get
to me.
angry, but I don't get offended by
It
much.
meant a lot to me when you said, look, the joke was fine and you want to come. It really did. It made me
It's
feel better.
funny. And, I heard it. I listened to it. I'm trying to understand why. And then I heard it was some girl's birthday.
Right.
And so because it was her birthday, she decided, this is my night.
She got mad,
You can't
yeah.
do the joke I don't want you to do.
Right. Well, how am I supposed to know that? It's her birthday.
Exactly.
What do you guys feel with the stand-up scene? I don't know how much of the road you guys do, but the clubs, the audiences, there's a lot of anger come out of how, let's just face it, how dumb some of these audiences can be. It makes you furious sometimes. Ignorant, dumb, everything. Do you guys have a lot of confrontations on the road, Marina? I mean, that's a question for everybody, but Marina, what do you think?
I mean, I haven't gone on the road as much as I'd like this year, but I don't really, I think the only confrontation I had was with someone who was tired of me doing the same joke. And that's about, and then I think the one thing I've had is I have one joke where I say women don't get along on stage. That's why feminism doesn't really work, is because we hate each other. Look at The View. Look at The View. They keep swapping out bitches all the time because they can't agree on their own views. And
that's a great observation. It's funny.
Sports shows with guys, look, no problems. So, but I had a girl one night who decided she wanted to disagree. That's wrong. I'm a feminist. And then another girl was like, she's right. And I'm like, you guys are proving my point.
And exactly. Yeah, it's confrontational.
But they they feel like they can now say it.
Yeah.
From the audience.
Everybody is emboldened to like, I have the power now because of Twitter. Like not only do I have an opinion, you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm paying, you know, I'm overpaying for a Rolling Rock or something. You know, it's different. Comedy's different.
Every time I get challenged, it's usually by guys though. When I'm on stage, it's always.
And how does that happen? What do they do?
It's just like a guy. It's almost like other guys will go on stage and then I'll headline, and it's almost like he's. I want to prove to my friends that how funny I am, but I can't take out the other guys because somehow I might. I don't know if I'm on par with them, but I think I can take you out.
Right. And of course you can. Probably,
then that's one of the things that I always say. It's like, oh, you went through 4 guys and you thought you could get to me. I said, it's a reason it's the reason I'm headlining. So I try to destroy them. And when I go in, I want to make sure that you commit suicide by the time you get to your car.
Hey, listen, I agree.
And that's not my energy though. But that's not my energy on stage. But that becomes my energy if you try to challenge me. It's like, you know, I've been working at this thing for over 15 years. I don't want you to take. You are never going to take my throne.
And that's when a truly funny person can handle themselves and take care of their own up there. It's fun to watch when someone who's really funny veers off their act and is like, I'm mad now, and you know what, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but because my comedy is so different from that. I mean, I come from a place of I try to be love and whatever. So after I got in that place, it's hard for me to get back to that place. And I was like, oh fuck, you didn't fuck.
That's why I feel like the
show.
It is hard.
The club should come and like shut these hecklers down, because let them tell somebody they cannot do this. Therefore, everybody else knows that they cannot do this.
And it's a money thing with these club owners and managers. They're afraid it might make them not come again. They'll tell their friends, "Don't go to this place."
Quality over
it's
quantity.
money. It's money to them. You're right. They shouldn't give a shit. It affects us.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They want the cash.
Yeah.
These people are paying. It's not just about that night with just throwing out paying customers. They may tell people, "Look, they're so uptight there." You know, I said something that was.
But I think when a woman doesn't handle a heckler, it's so hard to come back and get your spots or get booked again. It's like, look, she can't handle it. But the thing is, like,
really, you think that's a thing?
Yeah.
You guys have it tough, man.
Yes,
it's rough. It is.
You know, like how we handle it, how we control the audience. Can we maintain a show for a certain amount of time? Even when you deal with a heckler as a woman, I was talking about a guy's shirt I was hosting at the Cellar, which, you know, I tell the audience I really don't want to do this because I can't do the how are you doing thing as an MC.
But you're good at it, though. You're good at the MCing thing.
I just honestly...
You want to do your set and go.
Well, I don't have the ability to care.
Well, I'm the same way. I'm the worst MC there is. I'm the same way.
So, and I tell the audience that, and sometimes they'll get in, they'll laugh, and sometimes they'll be like, she doesn't care about us. And then, like, but, you know, opening as an MC, you got to be nice. I decided to pick on some guy's shirt, and I forgot, you know, he got really just looked hurt and insulted and then angry. And I forget, oh my God, this guy may want to fuck me. I'm talking about his shirt. It's a whole different dynamic when you go at a guy in an audience.
I actually find that to be different because I always mess with guys when I'm stage. When I'm messing around on stage, I'll just play with guys and I'll talk about their shirt and their hair, because guys will take that. I would never do that with a woman. I never talk about their clothes or their hair.
If you're a man or a woman and you have a tight ass whatever the fuck like clearance H&M thing on, and you know that man is 20 years older than you, and you just out because you know he's helping you pay your rent, I'm gonna call that out, because to me that's like comedy gold. It's my job.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think guys can take it though. Audience, when you mess with a guy and you talk about his appearance, guys can handle that way more than women.
Some guys feel emasculated though.
Yeah, when
they
a
do
woman
by a
does
woman.
it.
I would think that would happen.
Other so much. That's not the way that females communicate with
but
each
it's out of
other
love.
through.
Like I love the way Lisa Lampanelli does it sometimes, because people are just like, talk about me. I'm short and I'm Asian. Just talk about like they
well,
want
now that she's known for roasting, they're almost like,
but like it's sort of like that where people don't mind.
Well, that's
being
her
the butt.
audience, so they're coming for it.
Yeah, but
Someone
there
like
are
me, they're not all coming for me.
I
so,
get that, but
yeah.
there's also like sometimes people in the crowd who don't mind if that's your thing, because that's sort of my thing. Like I don't mind. I always call people low budget, like poor man's Halle Berry, or like low budget.
Poor man's Halle Berry.
Yeah,
and
that's
have you had a lot of have you had a lot of confrontations because of that on stage?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
But that
I
helps
welcome
the
it.
show sometimes.
It
Yeah.
helps me become better.
If you're
'Cause I'm
good
like,
at
why
going
not?
back at them.
And she can spit really far into the audience.
That's a good closer. That's a good closer.
How did you know?
Yeah,
My clothes
Michelle's profile. I'm a good spitter and I got a gaping
hand hurting and a hangover.
What's the single?
Gaping hole. The new single.
I just love listening to my voice when I do radio. I just wanted you to know.
Well, join the club.
Jesus, I hate my voice.
Friends Like Us podcast.
You have a very sensuous voice, man.
Marina Franklin right here. That's shake a dang dang.
That's funny.
That's my thing. Shake a dang dang.
Well, listen, guys. I gotta thank you for coming on. We're gonna wrap it up, but this was great. You guys come on together, alone. Come on. Want to plug something? You guys got an open invite.
Safety in numbers. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And again, you guys were awesome. And you got anything in particular you want to plug?
Big Morning Buzz Live coming back on VH1 February 16th, 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Central.
Great. Okay. Anybody else? Gig or something? Or
Go to marinafranklin.com. Check out the podcast. I change it up. Friends Like Us podcast. We'll have Leslie Jones from Saturday Night Live on soon. So
very
check
funny.
that out.
Big star now. Yeah. Okay. Friends Like Us podcast. Anybody else? Sade, you got anything you want to plug in particular? Pat?
I'll
sprint plan. Oh, sorry.
I'll just be at LOL Comedy Club for all this weekend. So.
Nice. All right. Well, listen, again, thanks, guys. And this was a lot of fun. And listen to, I guess my episode's up now, right? Friends Like Us podcast.
Yes.
Check it out. Very interesting. And we'll come back to wrap it up. But thanks again, ladies.
Thank you, Artie.
Back after this. Artie
Thank you, Artie Quitter.
Thank you.
You got it. Artie Quitter Podcast. We are back, and we're going to wrap things up here. Great show. I want to thank Marina and the girls for doing a really great job. Very funny. And again, I had them here the same reason I have Chris here, because they're funny and they're proving I'm not racist. But no, I honestly think they're right. Marina's becoming one of my best friends in comedy. I love her. And the other girl's very spunky, especially Sade, the young girl, throwing her bedazzled phone at a misogynist.
He had it coming.
I had to look up misogynist, by the way. Joe Matarese's really great kid is here, Luke, and I want him to say hi, but he's punking out. Luke, come and say hi. Come here. This is how your father pays for those clothes you're wearing. No. Come on, say hi. Luke is 7 years. How old are you? 17?
1700.
What? Come on, he's 7 years old.
Luke, come here for 1 second.
Come on, Luke.
I know you get embarrassed, but come on over. We could still hear you in the background. You're still
Luke,
on the show.
You're my son. First of all, you know what's weird about that? Joe's nothing like that. I pulled that out of nowhere.
It made everyone laugh.
The Scott Krantz thing. I just wanted to say Scott Krantz. Come here, Luke. Say hi. Say hi. Yes.
You might as well leave him.
What are you doing this afternoon?
Nothing.
What are you doing after the show? Your father's taking you for a treat.
Where are we going?
I don't like how that sounds.
I know. What are you doing?
Get in the car, Luke.
What?
Take this candy.
You want to tell me? Tell me.
No, I don't.
It's Rodney King Day, right? What are you doing for Rodney King Day?
He's gonna get his baton. That's
Do you know who Martin Luther King is? Do you ever dream at night when you're asleep?
Yes.
So he had a dream as well. Probably a little different. Do you ever dream of equality? No?
Just yesterday, he said, I want to go see that movie, Selma.
No, we didn't.
I want to see Miss Selma.
My kids have yet to ski.
Luke, do you want to go skiing? You know? What do you like to do the best? What's your favorite thing to do? Can you come over here? What? Dan, hold the mic next to his mouth. I just want to hear what you like doing. Yeah, it's people.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
You're like your father.
What's he, Sam Kennison?
Oh! Who are you, Sam Kennison? Hey, now, Luke, tell us, do you like basketball?
Yes.
Now, what are you doing later today? Tell us.
Just talk in a normal voice, Luke. Just be yourself. Be yourself.
You're doing something. Your father's taking you to do what?
Nothing.
I have to say, his father's Martin Luther King Day. The Knicks always play an afternoon game. It's tradition. They always play a good team, except this year. Well, the Knicks being in it means it's not technically a basketball game, but they're playing the New Orleans Pelicans. Which
is your starting lineup for the Pelicans.
Who's your favorite Knick? Nick DiPaolo? No. Who's your favorite Knick? Your New York Knick? Dan, show a little effort. Dan mailing it in. Who's your favorite New York Knick?
Well, he was punching the mic. That's why
Well, you can stick with it.
Pelican, fly. Come on, Pelican.
Fly, Pelican, 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 Pelican.
I'll tell you the last name.
Go ahead.
Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, Carmelo fan. Huh?
Winner, chicken dinner.
How does he feel about Lala? How do you feel about Lala's wife? Huh?
Do you know Lala, Carmelo's wife? Real pain in the ass. No. The one who Kevin Garnett called Captain Crunch or something? What do you call her? Fruit Loops? What do you call her?
Yeah, Fruit Loops.
Honey Nut Cheerios?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Now, Howard, that's a good bit. Howard Scarface root for the Pelicans. Come on, score, Pelican, Pelican, Pelican. Score, Pelican, Pelican.
Pelican, fly. Come on, Pelican.
Do you get the reference? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't get
in the
it.
movie Scarface, when he's in the big jacuzzi, he's watching pelicans on like National Geographic or something. He goes, fly, pelican, pelican, pelican.
It's actually flamingos, too. That's what's great
And he
about
says
it.
pelicans.
It's not even pelicans.
Well, he's a Cuban refugee. When he came over here on that boat in 1980. All right, anything else you want to add? Luke, what grade are you in?
Anything to plug, Luke?
Second grade? And what is your favorite subject? Do you like math, geometry?
Social studies.
Social studies?
Really?
Now, what do you like
This
in
is new
social
to me.
studies?
Time for kids.
Time for kids. Now, you learn about Rodney King in that?
Sometimes.
Now, what is your favorite thing about racism?
About what?
Racism.
I don't know at all.
Okay, she's.
I tried to explain to him racism in the car, and I don't think he understood it.
I'll give you my father's explanation.
I think it's gonna be real loose dialogue.
Okay.
Here.
Now, were you offended, Luke, by anything you heard today? Did you hear any bad words today? A few, right?
Like a million of the same one.
I know. Which one?
Which one was
I'm
that?
not saying it.
Say it. Say it.
I want. If my dad says yes, I will.
All right, listen. I have a contest.
It's like the heart of the show leans on me pissing my wife off.
No, I'm kidding. I had a contest. Very nice. I had a contest. I announced the first day people signing up for the podcast. I said, if you sign up on day one, I will randomly pick a couple of names. Luke, shut up. I will randomly pick a couple of names who I will let come up here and sit through the podcast. And I have the list of everyone who signed up day one. It's quite extensive. So what I'm going to do is, Luke, come here. I want you to point to two names. And the two names that Luke points to are the guys that can come up to the podcast. Okay?
Wow, Luke.
Point to a name on that list.
Does it say the state?
Yes. I left my wallet in El Segundo. Just pick any name.
Don't read it. Just pick. Stick your finger out.
Looking.
Can you read?
Whoever has a funny name.
Wait, okay, I got you. Okay. Maspeth, New York. You got it. Okay, Deborah, a chick. Good. Deborah Sherlock from Maspeth, New York.
Please use tits. Please.
You can come. You can come to the show, all right, Dan? Put that down.
Does it have her age
I'm
and
gonna
measurements
circle
on
it. Yeah, exactly. If you're over 40, you're not coming. Deborah Sherlock from Maspeth, New York. You picked it.
Where is Maspeth? Max? How do you say that?
You got to be local.
I have a list, but there's no way I'm even
You
trying.
got to take a train. I'll pay
Maspeth.
for that. No plane rides. All right, pick one here. Pick a name off that. So, Deborah Sherlock.
I already picked it.
Got it? Okay. Get away from me. Look, what Philadelphia.
Ooh,
Angelo DeFeo.
Nice.
Angelo DeFeo from Philadelphia.
Angelo DeFeo from Philadelphia.
You're not coming up with me. I'll tell you that.
Why not? What, you're anti-Italian?
I don't trust him.
Me neither. Okay, Angelo DeFeo. Those are our two winners from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Deborah Sherlock. I circled them, Danny. You will also tweet them, okay? Tweet them now. Say they're the winners. As soon as you guys get in touch with us, you guys have exactly till the end of this week. Otherwise, we're picking new people. I assume if you got the podcast, you listen to it. So I'm going to give you a couple days to download it. It's Monday. By the end of the show Thursday, if we don't hear from you, the end of the show airing, not us taping. Please. We will. Luke, you're in Finland. What's that? You have something to say? You're hitting me in the arm. Come on, buddy. Say something to the mic. Say something. No. You know, did your father write your jokes? No. Okay, so Dan, we're going to tweet them. Guys, Deborah Sherlock and Angelo DeFeo, if you guys don't call us by the end of the aired show Thursday, the first airing of it, we were... Oh my God! We're gonna pick two new people, but I'm sure they'll get in touch with us. All right, so there you go. We have contest winners. Another contest winner is this girl who might get my penis.
Jack says you got a great big cock.
That's even funnier to him.
I'm gonna do my character live with Penis and Kathy Lee. Another sketch I pitched them, live with Penis and Kathy Lee. What? Kathy Lee's making you laugh? Luke's dying. Oh! Live with Penis and Kathy Lee.
He's killing for the kids.
He's kicking me in the shin.
When you're killing with kids, you feel good. You feel good. When you're bombing, you feel 20 times worse.
You little bull. I love you. I'm kidding. All right. In addition to these wackadoos who we just picked, there's a chick, Chelsea, who on Twitter said you have to, and she's cute. I saw her picture. Unless we're getting catfished. She said, you have to let me come to Hoboken for the podcast. And I said, why do I have to? She goes, because I'm your biggest fan. Let me prove it. And then an emotion thing, she winked.
Ooh.
She winked. Dan, you take bubble baths. What do they call those? Emojis? Emoji. She said she winks, so clearly I'm on that.
You're all in.
Single Artie.
It might be Chelsea Handler, I hope. But anyway, Chelsea, so I said to her, listen, always thinking about promotion and marketing. I said, listen, why don't you call the Artie Quitter podcast line? Why don't you call that line and leave a voicemail, and you tell me in the voicemail why I should let you up here. Stop it! Why? Okay, here's Chelsea trying to convince me to let her up here to sit through the podcast. Flipping your thoughts.
Arthur, you sexy baby girl, you.
Nice.
Can't believe I'm dick riding a Giants fan during the Pats game.
Dick riding.
Such sacrilege, but I deserve to come to Hoboken for your podcast because I am your number one fucking fan. I loved you on Howard, but I'm so excited by this new podcast. Your energy is back and it's amazing.
I'll show you energy.
I swear to God, I could get off listening to your laughs. Your best of YouTube clips are like porn to me.
Best of YouTube is like porn to her. She gets off on my laugh.
Jesus.
I hope I get off on her
That's what's
laugh.
known in the business as a slam dunk.
Ladies and gentlemen, a slam dunk. Artie on Chelsea. We're coming back. MLK Day here at the Garden. So, guys, should we have her up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely.
Oh, well, hold on. I have one thing on Twitter. I never said anything. I just always forget.
What, she likes you? A broad likes you?
I'm pretty sure she get it.
Cotton's got to get in on the act here.
I have to get in because
You're married.
I know, but it's everything. Everything. I take it all in. I love it all. It's some chick named on Twitter, the Miami Queet or whatever, but she has. Her other name is Y.A. Titties. Huge tits.
Nice.
Huge tits.
Luke, did you hear that?
This is from last week when I did when we was talking about eating ass. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus Christ!
Oh,
I didn't know. I mean,
Chris, this isn't a black home.
When we were talking about,
we're trying to raise a white kid, dude.
Biting that booty. She said at Cotton215. Much respect for you. Eating the ass. Hashtag.
Oh, come on.
I have to read it as it says.
No, you don't.
Okay, eating the booty. I don't know.
Save it for tomorrow.
Hashtag a real man. And then I tweeted it back. It's my duty to eat that booty.
What about?
I think that's hilarious.
Luke, you know what? Chris, get in the other room. I'm letting
You know
Luke stay.
something, Luke? What do you have to say? What your thoughts?
Luke, your thoughts.
Luke, your thoughts.
Luke, Pelican. Luke, I think you got a good sense of humor, kid. I like you. I think you got a future, and that you're gonna make a beautiful dollar in this business.
He's doing good.
Joe, your thoughts? Joe, are you upset you brought him now?
No.
It's good.
I'm not very uptight on language in front of my son like my wife is.
He got to see a bunch
I'm
of
worried about
cute minority ass.
It was fun.
Oh, Lukey, I love you, Lukey. All right, well, listen. So we got two contest winners. Angelo DeFeo, nice eye tie, paisan from Philadelphia. Oh, you want a ride? I'll give you a ride. I'm at Helium tomorrow.
Bring some goddamn broccoli Rob with you, piece of shit.
Broccoli Rob. How dare you?
So we should run odds. Like, who do you think is going to be better? Is that the DeFeo chick or the girl who left the
Not
message?
DeFeo. Angelo, it's a guy.
Oh, that's a
you
guy.
mean the dudes?
And Deborah, there's one chick winner.
All right.
Deborah from Maspeth, New York. I forget her. Deborah Sherlock.
Okay.
Deborah Sherlock, and there's a guy, Angelo DeFeo from Philly. So they're going to come up. Well, Deborah might be. I don't know.
He wants to know who he thinks is going to be hotter out of Deborah and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Well,
he saw her picture already.
Chelsea's hot. I haven't seen Deborah. Play the. Hey, Dan, who's the other one from Connecticut?
Oh, we got another one? Ooh,
Katrina. Play Katrina.
Katrina from Connecticut. I just wanted to say you really hit your stride this week with the podcast.
Nice.
You're owning it. It's good. We're hearing you most of the time, and you sound like you're having a good time, which makes it a really good time for everybody else. One thing, when you were talking about Howard, of course, very emotional. Really felt it. I think that's one of the things that's so appealing to the fans about you is that you're a sensitive guy and you're really honest about your feelings. And if you haven't made, a reach out to him, which maybe you have, none of my business. And Howard, he spends a ton of time talking about how hard relationships are for him. And I think he just can't wrap his head around things that other people have experienced that he hasn't. So, of course the fans would love
do you
to
have
hear
the
you on the
Jeopardy
show.
theme? This is the longest message ever.
It's not really what the fans want. It's really what's good for you and what you want. And if you want to maintain a relationship with him, which it sounds like you do, because he seems like a real nice guy. I don't know him. That's what's really important. So it doesn't matter whether we know that you're together or you're not.
Play the Jeopardy
What
thing.
matters is what's important for you. So that being said, not to end on
She is one of these broads who loves her voice.
an intense moment. I got my credit card bill today, and
listen.
sandwiched in between all of my
This is the
gas
point Chris
charges,
made.
it says Artie Lang Uncensored, which is probably where the confusion came for the name of the podcast. And Ronnie knows who you are, so it doesn't appear to him to be that I'm on a porn site or something. So that is good. So looking forward to
Your
more
exact point.
shows.
I cut her off.
I don't want.
Yeah.
That's enough for her. No, but yeah, making that exact point that she's Artie Lang Uncensored is how it comes up on the American Express or your credit card, and the name's Artie Quitter, and it seems like porn. Luke, your thoughts?
What do we call it?
Pay attention, Luke. You're like your old man.
What do we call the AQ podcast?
You got any Ritalin? What?
The AQ podcast? The AQP?
I don't
know. I'm trying to cool it up.
I like you are cooling it up.
I'm trying to.
What are you doing?
I don't know. He's taking shots at
keeps
Artie. He keeps hitting you.
I want to make one point before we go.
He's my boss.
Watching football.
It's easy on my boss.
Oh, I'm his boss. What? Listen. That's not true, by the way. A couple of observations about promos and commercials around the football games. The Icky Woods commercial. I know a lot of people like it. I think he seems mentally ill in that commercial. Like when he's dancing with the cold cuts, the women looking at him, he seems like a mentally ill person that I feel sorry for. Like, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts. Ooh, get some cold cuts. It's not working for me.
I think
because he seems retarded.
I think at the end of the commercial he was pissed he didn't really get the cold cuts.
What? No,
what do you mean he's a bullshit prop cold cuts? I want real him.
He seems. God, I tell you, the black community really does curse in front of kids.
You know what it is? I had a friend that
those
had
girls
a kid.
weren't holding
F
back.
it.
No, I'm sorry. Also, Frank Caliendo. I got to, a lot of people, a lot of these, so-called smart comics don't like impressionists. Frank Caliendo's impressions are so funny, so dead on. I got to give Frank a shout out. He does a Bill Belichick. I've never seen him do Belichick before.
Oh, he does?
Oh, it's so, he had me laughing my ass off. He's so, stop it. I'm kidding. Luke is I'm just trying to count to 10 like my therapist said with kids. Count to 10. But no, Caliendo's Belichick and Rex Ryan. Two impressions you don't see a lot of. Really funny. Have you seen them?
I haven't seen those.
I think
I like obscure stuff like that, so I would like it.
Belichick is a guy.
It's not obscure.
No, but I'm saying an impression of him
is. Yes.
You don't hear a lot of people doing impression, but
does he have the sweatshirt on with the cut-off sleeves?
All that stuff.
He does.
And it's dead on. The voice is dead on. So you know what? Caliendo, I gotta give him some props.
Open invitation, Caliendo.
Listen, of course. Tomorrow we are gonna get. There's a lot of amazing voicemails we didn't get to. There's a guy that we played before doing the Italian bath gay character. He does Mickey Mouse, Dwight Evans, Johnny Depp. He called 20 times leaving characters. They're so bad that they're so hilariously funny. We're gonna cover them tomorrow because we don't have as busy a show tomorrow. Joe and Chris will be here. We're going to cover them. And I promise you, I teased last week that I would, at the end of my book, Crash and Burn, I say that there's two guys in show business that I hate with a passion because they showed themselves to be really, really evil people while I was down and out. And I'm going to reveal one of them because you only know one name. One is kind of famous. So I'm going to reveal that at some point this week, probably tomorrow. So I didn't forget about that. We're gonna tease that for tomorrow at some point this week, definitely. And we finally got to the contest winners. I apologize for the delay on that, but you guys, Angela DeFeo and Deborah Sherlock, we hope to see you at some point, maybe next week or the week after, actually come up. But you have to call, guys. You have to get in touch with us. Call the voicemail. Danny, 202. What's the voice? 202-780.
7848.
7848. 202-780. 7848 is the number. We're going to tweet that as well. You guys got to leave a voicemail saying you got this. Danny will get back in touch with you, and we'll give you the details on how to get here to be on the show. All right? So that's it. Chris Cotton, your thoughts and your plugs.
Good times. And if Michelle would have spit in my face, I would have jammed her right now.
Okay, we hear that.
But real quick, at Cotton215 on Twitter and Instagram and all that good stuff. And aside from that, CinderCityComedy.com, Center City Comedy Podcast, soon to be on the Artie Quitter Network.
If you want to be, yeah.
And First World Problems also, my podcast starring me and Dave Temple.
Yeah, we're going to start offering, by the way, thank you, we're going to start offering a bunch of programming for the same exact price on the podcast. Like I say, Chris is going to give us some urban flavor.
Oh,
with him and Dave I know very well. Dave Temple, he's going to be on with Chris doing their own thing. Fixing Joe, great podcast I've been on a bunch of times. Joe is going to be doing that on our network coming soon. And the great Reverend Bob Levy will be doing whatever he does on the podcast, on the network. So we got a lot of, plus of course mine. Same price, $6.95. Joe, your thoughts, your plugs. Luke stopped.
Great show. My thoughts are last week I did not take my son on a field trip. That is not why I missed Thursday's show. I was in Cape Cod doing a gig. My plugs at the Joe Matarese. Follow me on Twitter. Check out the Fixing Joe podcast. That's available on iTunes and Stitcher and anywhere else you listen to a podcast now. It'll be on Artie's network soon. And if you want to come and see me live this weekend, is that the 23rd and the 24th? I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm not sure.
That is...
Now, we did a gig on the 17th, which is the 24th, so Friday, 23rd, 24th.
23rd and 24th.
That's Friday and Saturday, yeah.
I'll be in Toms River, New Jersey at Busted Gut Comedy Club. Come on out, one show each night. I will be there. All right, JoeMatarese.com.
And, of course, I'm Artie Quitter, ArtieQuitter.com for all my information. I'm at the Borgata Valentine's Day Cobb's the weekend after that in San Francisco. Tell your friends. You've signed up. Now tell your friends to sign up for the Artie Quitter podcast. Happy Martin Luther King Day. We all have a dream. Luke apparently doesn't have the same dreams. And he thinks it's Rodney King Day, which is very, very offensive.
Grab your batons.
James flipping behind the dish. Thank you so much. Chicago Dan Filato, late for a bubble bath. I love him to death. And join us tomorrow. Artie Quitter. Great show. Thanks, Marina. And Marina and Michelle Buteau. Sade.
What's your face?
No, Sade Pilot. And Pat Brown.
Pat Brown.
All good. Check them out.